Good morning, everybody. It's 7 a.m. on Thursday, September 2nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 90. Coming up on OTB, presented by All-Star Toyota, we preview week 1 of the college football season, including a 4-game slate for tonight. And we send the guys off to California, as tomorrow OTB will be live from Los Angeles ahead of LSU versus UCLA. You can follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and get inside the Bayou Ford chat. Make sure to subscribe, set your notifications, and remember you can also check us out on Cox Sports Television. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let me go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Danny, and Mario hanging out with you today. Like Mario just told you, big day for the boys. As later today, we will be wheels up and then wheels down on the other side of the country. That's right. City that many times I've professed on these airwaves to not like, not enjoy. I actively root against them. We'll be heading out to Los Angeles to watch the LSU Tigers take on the UCLA Bruins. And I'm very excited for it. Cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see the Rose Bowl in person. Jake, how you feeling today, man?
Good. I don't know if I've ever heard your Los Angeles take, though. I didn't know you had such strong feelings against the city.
Yeah, is it like a mixture of maybe some sort of jealousy? I mean, there's obviously a lot of the AD stuff. They're a town that doesn't really care about sports, but because of kind of the financial realities of the town, they are constantly able to be good at sports, right? I mean, you look at the Lakers, you look at the Dodgers. Nobody gives a damn about the Rams, but sure, the Rams go to the Super Bowl because why not? Nobody gives a damn about the Chargers, but they're going to move to LA because the money is there, right? So no, I think they take a lot of things for granted.
Okay.
Out there in the West Coast.
Okay,
and
fair
the men
enough.
in Los Angeles accessorize entirely too much.
Okay. Oh, explain on that one.
I just mean, like, I'll be hanging out with some Brodies out there, and there's a lot of cultural similarities. We're having great times. They're cracking beers, doing this or that. But when it's time to go out, it's like, geez, dude, just throwing a shirt and pants and, like, let's roll. It's like it takes so long, and you got to have a hat, maybe a couple necklaces, some sort of wrist or finger jewelry.
A lot of flair.
Yes, that's what,
a lot of flair.
That's what I mean when I say they accessorize.
Yeah.
So much. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure Danny's going to fit in great over there.
Oh, he's going to walk
obviously.
right in. He's going to walk into the cool crowd as soon as we get there.
I was shocked. So Danny spent the night last night, and I was shocked that he somehow came in all chipper and happy this morning where I'm like essentially a dead man walking. I don't know what the hell was wrong with my stupid kid last night. And she would not shut up. I mean, if y'all check the group text, I was already doom scrolling a bit. About 11 o'clock, I was sending about 15 videos of giraffes running, which, if you've never seen it, did you watch any of those?
Not yet. I was asleep for a good hour and a half when you
Dude,
said those.
have you seen a giraffe sprint?
I'm going to during the break.
It's kind of insane.
No, I'm all here for it.
They move. It almost looks like they're moving in slow motion because they're so big. It gives you an idea of why in all of these movies giants look like they're moving so slow, but they're really not. It's kind of like, it's pretty trippy.
I'm here for that.
But whatever. So I was already up a bit too late working everything. And doom scrolling. I'm like, oh my God, okay, I got to go to sleep. Right. And then, like, I don't know, 11 o'clock, whatever it is. Right when I was going to sleep, I don't know what happened. Just some sort of horrible, wailing, unending cry. And like it didn't stop till like 3 a.m. And it's right next door to Danny's room. How you didn't wake up, Danny, I have no friggin' idea. You just slept through the whole thing.
I think it was because the night before, I couldn't sleep.
Okay.
Like I kept waking up.
Yeah, so
like,
nothing was going to wake you
So
up.
I knocked out.
Your body was craving it.
Yeah, I knocked
So nothing like going to bed at 3 a.m., being at this station probably what, 5:30? Probably?
No, I didn't get. No, that's what I'm saying. I normally yes, but no, I didn't get here till like 6:30 today.
Okay, so 6:30.
I got 3 hours. I ended up waking up. I slept all my alarms.
If we can make
unconsciously.
it, just make it for a couple more hours, and then you get to sleep for 3.5, 4 hours on that flight.
That's what I'm saying. Now that is, hashtag blessed. Where there are certain yes, life giveth and life taketh away, right? And obviously, in light of everything else, none of this is actually a big deal. I mean, if you don't have power, you're sleeping like crap. So I shouldn't even be up here talking about any of this. But yeah, flying with no kids is going to be awesome. No responsibility, no kids. Yeah, zonk out. Just don't talk to me on that plane, please. Please, if you're flying with me today, do not talk to me.
Say.
I do not want to have any. I don't want to
talk to Moscona. He'd love to talk.
I don't even want to have 5 minutes of casual conversation. Like, I don't want to say a single word to another human being once this show's over. But we'll see how that goes.
I'm telling you.
We'll be on a plane full of LSU fans.
Yeah,
so
I'm telling you, Moscona would love for you to ask him a question. He will talk to you about it.
This is completely fair. I dealt with it yesterday trying to eat tacos in the room over here. All right, right now, let's go ahead and dive into our headlines.
OTB headlines are brought to you by Barbecue Guys. Barbecue Guys, for those who are born to grill. Visit bbqguys.com to learn more.
All right, just a couple of days away from the game, and it looks like LSU has a new pair of 18s. How about it? Damone Clark, for the second year in a row, earning the trust of his teammates and coaches and holding down that coveted number 18. It shows you that regardless of what we feel that he did on the field last year, the staff and his peers remain very impressed with what he has done off the field or in the off season, right? In terms of leadership and everything else and what 18 signifies. I know it's very close to you, Jake. And then to prove, and the number is a true meritocracy, right? Not content with just spreading the love to even an O-lineman a couple of years ago in Lloyd Cushenberry. And perhaps the wildest 18 selection I've ever seen, kickoff specialist Avery Atkins.
That's right, baby.
Has been named number 18. He's in the club.
Also,
Is he going to punt?
Yeah, don't sleep on him being the punter.
Still, up to this point in his career, kickoff specialist Avery Atkins now wearing number 18. Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
No, don't be that guy.
I just asked the question, man.
No, Avery Tate. Look, it's never gone to the guy that's like the team star. That's not what it's about. Obviously, it's about somebody who embodies being an LSU Tiger on and off the field, does the right things in the classroom. Avery's on the SEC Leadership Council. It's all about those things, and so that's why Avery was selected to wear number 18. Great kid. Like I said, there's a lot of years, T-Bob, when LSU fans wanted a kickoff specialist because the guy that was kicking couldn't keep it in bounds. Remember those years?
Yeah, I do.
Now they got a guy that kicks out of the back of the end zone.
Oh, no, Avery's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like, in his role, he has been perfect.
I think he's going to be the first punter out there. We'll see. I think he'll be the first punter out there against UCLA.
Look, and nobody will lay the wood from a kicking position like Avery Atkins, former Alabama All-State safety. So shout out to you, Avery Atkins, coming to LSU from Bama and leaving your mark, now joining the vaunted number 18 club. He's still the nerd at the 18 party, though. Like, if y'all did Heisman House commercials, but for 18, Avery would.
Who would be with him? He's got to have somebody with him, right? I mean, you can't be.
No, it would just be everybody
be
picking
by himself.
on him.
Okay.
No. You know the Heisman House commercials?
Yeah.
No, it would just be like you. And
who would be like the jock? Foster?
Yeah.
Foster Morrow?
Definitely good looking, very kind of jacked and big. I mean, well, I would say most of them are probably like jocks except for Avery. But Avery is. No, Avery is all-state safety and all that. Congratulations. You two kids can be number 18 regardless of position.
There you go.
Representation matters, and 18 understands
the only position, I believe,
what has
receiver and DB, right?
Yeah,
you've had a lineman, you've had tight end, running back, quarterback, linebacker, D lineman, couple D linemen, kicker.
Too much. Oh, wait, no, not DB's been chosen because Trey White.
Trey White, oh, yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking safety in my mind, but yeah,
no
you're right.
surprise.
So only receiver.
The Divas.
Trey
right?
White, who is the best number 18.
Is it any surprise that the Divas, the most diva position on the field has not gotten selected as 18 yet.
That's the goal. Maybe the next number 18 can be a receiver.
Speaking of this weekend's games, you'll see Avery Atkins rocking 18. You also, unfortunately, will not see Malik Neighbors, as it was confirmed yesterday that he will miss this weekend and could miss a few games. Disappointing because Malik Neighbors was one of the names after, I would say it was probably, Keyshawn Butte obviously is one. I would say Brian Thomas got the second most chatter at camp, and I would say that Malik Neighbors was probably right behind him. So he looked like he had a big role to play. He'll be out for this game, and it looks like potentially a couple games, according to Coach O.
Yeah, it's not great news because he had done so many great things in scrimmages, right, with pads on, actual football games, not just practice one-on-ones. I mean, he went out there against the defense and made a couple of plays. And so, unfortunately, you're not going to have him. If you want to try to spend some sunshine on this, that is a position where Mickey Joseph said you're probably going to see 10 guys play. So it's a position with depth. That was just someone we were excited to see, I believe.
Yeah.
I forget what day it was, T. When you were out, we were kind of going around the room. Guy you're most excited to see for the first time in an LSU uniform. And I think it might have been me. I don't know. Somebody said Malik Neighbors. So, unfortunately, we won't get to see that in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, not quite yet, but eventually. We keep mentioning LSU goalkeeper Molly Swift as they prepare to travel to Arizona for a couple of games over the weekend. One tonight, one on Sunday. Sunday one against a ranked Arizona State team. Well, Molly just keeps winning awards as on top of SC Defensive Player of the Week, Top Drawer Soccer National Player of the Week. She is now the United College Soccer Coaches National Player of the Week as well. Congratulations to Molly Swift. In some Saints news, Kevin White on the practice squad. One of 11 guys.
Okay. All right.
How many 8-year vets are on the practice squad?
Probably not a lot, but the new rules, I do like the new rules. I never liked that, you had certain limitations because I knew so many guys, I'm sure you did too, that would be on the practice squad for 3 years and then they were done. They couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Like, the practice squad is a nice living. Like, you can make some really good money and you're staying one play away from potentially getting promoted up to the full squad there. So I like the fact that, and I know you could argue, hey, it takes away from some younger players that could have that opportunity. No. The best player should have that position. It doesn't matter how many years you play in the NFL.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a retired vet, me and T-Bob right here, we're ready for you.
I remember,
squad.
so one of the older guys, well, I can't remember his name, in the O-line room up in St. Louis, though, he was one of those guys, 3-year practice squad guy, and then so we both got cut that last day. And, he knew the dream was finally over, and it hurt him pretty badly. The New Orleans Saints have also decided they're going to play their first game against Green Bay Packers. Where? In Jacksonville. That's right. Shad Khan and company going to play host to the Saints as we can go into further depth about this story a bit later on. This was in no way random. Jeff Duncan has a great behind-the-scenes look on NOLA.com about how this all came about. But yeah, going to be playing in Jacksonville. How about it?
Yeah, it wasn't a place that we talked about. We talked about other locations there. And unfortunately, man, this is just something the Saints always feel like they have to deal with, just moving somewhere completely random. Another year that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to deal with the Who Dat Nation inside the Superdome. Yeah. Last year, my man's just dicing them up because he's able to call every single audible that he wants to.
And the hard counts were just so – it was like Aaron Rodgers just pouring salt in the wound last year.
Yeah, so Jacksonville fans don't show up to their own games. Probably not going to show up to this game. Probably going to be a much empty stadium.
You ever seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel, the newer one?
I have.
When Leatherface cuts off the legs and then he takes the bags of salt and jams them on the bloody stump.
Yeah.
That was what Aaron Rodgers hard counting the Saints in the dome felt like last year. Is horrible.
It's a great description, though.
I hate them. Hate him. I actually don't hate Aaron Rodgers. You know what I do? I am a little salty eggs. I'm a little grumpy Gill, and I'm a little mad. Gutenkunst. Did you see his quote? The Packers GM?
I did not.
He was basically out there like, I'll paraphrase. You can read the exact quote later on. But he was basically out there like, yo, man, I mean, I guess we're playing in Jacksonville. We would have loved to play it here, but, like, what are you going to do? Oh, really? Brian? The same idiot that just almost caused a Hall of Fame MVP, a Hall of Fame quarterback coming off an MVP season to leave the team.
Wait.
Leave the team when they were 13-3.
That's not the GM.
Who?
That's the GM right there.
I don't know, dude.
Looks like the lead singer from Rascal Flatts.
I think that is a GM.
That's the guy from Rascal Flatts.
God, that's probably why Rodgers wanted to leave, because he just sings Rascal Flatts.
If
all the
he had a
time.
soul patch, that's him.
No, but I mean, dude, how ignorant can you be? You're moving this game because of a hurricane, and you're acting salty and like,
that you didn't get a home game out of it.
Basically, outside shot that you didn't get a home game in Lambeau Field out of it. Get the hell out of here. I did read a great part that, like, make no mistake, one of the reasons why Jacksonville was chosen, because they think about all these things, is because Aaron Rodgers has actually not been good in Florida. I think he has a slightly losing record. He doesn't have a high completion percentage.
Oh, I'm here for the pettiness.
Something about Florida just doesn't agree with Rodgers.
It's the dew on the ball.
Disposition.
So the dew on the ball, no doubt.
Screw you, Gutenkunst.
The humidity.
All right, when we get back, we'll talk some football. Keep it locked here on OTB.
If you were born to grill, you have to go to Barbecue Guys for all your grilling and outdoor living needs. With the largest selection of top grills and outdoor products and best-in-class customer service, Barbecue Guys has it all. Visit bdqguys.com. That's bdqguys.com. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to therelaxationcompany.org, therelaxationcompany.org, or go see the Relaxation Company out there at Pelican Point in Gonzales. Jake, did you find the latest? That is, look, if now the storm is. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, they as far as being open,
Yeah,
they are open, and they
Okay.
also have right now massages, deep tissue massage for as low as $65 and a facial for as low as $70. So you've got some great deals taking place over there now that they are back open from the storm, T.
So there you go. If I know that this could be a very incredibly anxious, stressful, trying time. If you want to treat yourself while supporting a local family-owned business and just kind of relax a little bit, you want to go to the Relaxation Company out there, Pelican Point in Gonzales. It's a great location, better employees. They are the best. So, like I said, treat yourself while supporting local business. Go get a massage today at the Relaxation Company.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
Do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
If you're in
an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Don't miss a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. The rest of the station's going off to La La Land, but we're back in studio. It's a throwback Thursday. You will not want to miss it. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. I can't hear the song without thinking of South Park and the homeless episode with Cartman. So we are going to California today. The Saints are going to Jacksonville. And someone was asking, why Jacksonville? Right? Why? I mean, what's the like a lot of Saints fans were. There's so many different places you could play. So there's a few different things in play here. One of them is NFL games now have to be played in an NFL stadium. It's a new NFL rule since they're wired for replay to talk to New York, apparently. So something like Tiger Stadium or anything, which I don't know if that would be ideal or feasible anyway, that was never in play because it's not an NFL stadium. Obviously, they did not want to go and play in Green Bay.
Or San Antonio.
And have a home game in Green Bay. Yeah, so San Antonio would also be out because of the NFL stadium rule. And then you don't go to Green Bay because you don't want to do what you did last time this was the case. And you played the Giants in a home game up in the Giants Stadium. And, yeah, what do you know? The away team, the Giants, ended up winning the game. So already your list was kind of narrowed quite a bit. It seems like the Saints started to zero in on Florida. One of the key reasons why, as I alluded to, Aaron Rodgers' career record in Florida, 3-4, with a 78 passer rating. So, look, I don't know if it's the heat or what, but it is one of the fascinating, and that's another reason why they zeroed in on Florida, right? It's exactly what these Saints have been practicing in, that hot weather, going to the land of Ray Baker, as Coach O would say. And it's one of the interesting things about the NFL that I don't think we think about too much or talk about too much, Jake, and you certainly have experience with, which is in college football, it's very rare that you will play someone that is just a completely different climate than you, right?
It's regional, right?
Yeah, it's very regional. So, yeah, it's going to be hot, but you're going to play other teams that are used to the heat, right? You're not going up to, like, North Dakota State in the heart of the winter and just playing in, like, negative degrees. In the NFL, you do. And, I mean, I'd pick your brain here. Like, what kind of, like, physical shock is it to your body when all of a sudden you find yourself in, I don't know, like, Miami in August, and you've been doing training camp in Denver?
No, and even worse in San Diego. We played early in the year in Miami, and it's going to rain every single day. This is before they got their new stadium, but it was going to rain every single day when you were there. It was going to be humid as hell, and a lot of our guys, they'd never really been in it. Even I, who grew up in it, that's what I knew. Like, when you do things in San Diego for a couple of years, sometimes you forget exactly how hot it, and no doubt about it. And you walk out and you've got a visor on and immediately fog. And so then the equipment staff's like hurrying, getting the drill out, trying to get all the visors off. It's wet, it's dewy. And so, yeah, absolutely, the elements play a factor into it. And you're right, we don't talk enough about it. And then I went to Denver, and my last game in Denver, it was -3. right? So that's just not something that you're used to dealing with. You go from this weather to that weather. Kansas City might be the worst. Now, Kansas City never got down to like single digits, but like a 25-degree weather with the Kansas City wind is more miserable than -3, negative whatever you want to have. It's the most miserable stadium to be in. When it's cold, it's typically wet there as well, and the temperature will drop. There was one game, and it was like in the low 70s, high 60s at kickoff, and then it started to drop a little bit. Halftime, it was probably like 62. Still felt great outside. We come back out from halftime, and it's like 38 degrees, and it just kept dropping. And half the team, got sick on the plane from the weather change. And so the NFL elements are definitely something. I mean, that's Kansas City, Denver, the old San Diego, and then Oakland before they moved as well in a different climate. You had so many different climates within one division, right? And you're playing those teams multiple times. And so, yeah, the NFL and the elements are definitely something internally that you talk about.
Kansas City, the Windy City, as they call it.
That'd be Chicago, but
I think it's
Chicago. Chicago's well too off that river.
Hey, look, and it makes sense because you don't want to see Aaron Rodgers in the cold, right? I mean, like when Lambeau is frozen over, Aaron Rodgers is dominant. He's proven it, and it's one of the crazy things about his career is, and there's validity here. It's like a lot of people point to Drew Brees, like, well, he did it in a dome, so he always has like friendly environments to throw and everything. That's true. But guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, they've out there, they've adapted and they've made it to where like you can put them in the most adverse cold situations and it doesn't matter. I think about the Brady Instagram post of a couple of years ago where it says, "I am the storm," right? And it's him like looking into the blizzard. But Brady quickly adapted to Florida, obviously. I don't know if Rodgers can do the same.
Was it Peyton that they used to keep like a cold tracker? If it was below this 34 degrees, his record was this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's been some similar stats with, I think, Breeze as well, maybe. But no, I think Peyton was the cold tracker. So another reason why they're going to Jacksonville is because Aaron Rodgers has not been good there. And then maybe the funniest reason is they just straight up know that Jacksonville's not that attractive of a city to travel to. They were like, look, we thought about Miami, but they know people like Danny would drop everything to go to Miami immediately. And while that would maybe draw a lot of Saints fans, given the Packer fan base, it would almost assuredly draw, not almost, it would draw significantly more.
It's still going to be an issue.
Yeah.
It's still going to be an issue. When we played them, no matter where I was, they would bring as many fans as you had. There's a lot of Packers fans. It's just that's the way it is. When you play the Steelers, the Cowboys, and the Packers, those three teams more than any. Raiders, I throw the Raiders in there, but I don't know if that is on the East Coast. I just know on the West Coast, wherever you play, they're going to show up. But those teams are going to try to take over your stadium. There's going to be more Packer fans, without question, in Jacksonville than there is Saints fans. So that's going to be something they have to deal with. I don't think it's going to be loud enough, and the numbers aren't going to be great enough for it to be a true problem.
How crazy is this? Miami and Tampa have hosted a combined 16 Super Bowls. Jacksonville only hosted one.
It's not the
Jeff
greatest
Duncan
stadium.
points out.
Yeah, it's not the greatest stadium.
Hold on now.
I know they've got pools and cabanas and the whole deal, but it's not the greatest stadium. There's not a lot to it.
I know there's no chance of swinging it with work because of the trip that we're going on now, but damn, if they would send us down to Jacksonville to cover the game, one of my bucket list before I die, I need to do at Dreams is to watch a football game. It doesn't have to be in the Jacksonville cabana, but they are the only cabanas that I know of right now. But to watch a game while in the pool, drinking margs, cheering for football. I want to do a pregame show from the pool. Yeah. Be waist deep with headset on and the equipment maybe on like a little rise. Right? I mean, look at that, dude. Tell me that doesn't look like the dream right there. That's why I used to get really hyped when I was hoping that LSU was going to go to the Tax Slayer Bowl.
I mean, shout out to all the way to the left, the girl all the way to the left.
Yeah.
She's actually watching the game.
Yeah.
All right. She's paying attention to what's going on the field.
Yeah, a real football fan.
All right.
Right there. But
the Diamondbacks used to have kind of a setup as well. I don't know if it's at Chase Field now, but the Diamondbacks used to have a pool situation in the outfield. Yeah.
I remember they had like a fountain and like something like that. I don't know if they had like a swimming. Okay, hell yeah.
See if we can pull that up.
Anyway, Saints are going to be playing in Jacksonville, and the reasoning why is pretty fascinating. Coming up next, let's go ahead and talk a little LSU, UCLA, what you're most looking forward to, what has you most intrigued. Talk about more AT. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Any vehicular needs that you need. It's redundant, but it doesn't matter. All-Star Toyota, they have this selection for you, okay? If you're looking to buy, you're looking to lease, you're looking to rent. Again, yes, rent, okay? They are significantly cheaper than your traditional rental companies at All-Star Toyota. I have friends who have gotten a minivan for the weekend to go to Disney or whatever, and they've been very, very pleased. Or you can buy a minivan and join me in the minivan gang, MVG. The bottom line, your next car purchase needs to be with our friends at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
As Steve mentioned, right now might be the best time to get that rental. Maybe your vehicle is not drivable. Maybe you got a situation where you had an accident, tree fell on you. Look, we understand all of that. And go check out the rental prices over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com because they are going to be highly competitive and they have everything available to you. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, middle relief, and after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines, fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is
Coming up on a Thursday edition of Early Line, we talked to CBS Sports Pac-12 reporter David Cobb to break down LSU versus UCLA and look forward to the year's first Thursday night slate of college football. Join us 2 p.m. 104.5 ESPN.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back. OT, is there any music?
I mean, we came back dry.
What?
That was a
What?
miscommunication.
Coming back dry?
Remember,
I thought we were gonna play those spookies.
No, we played California Love. We played California Dreamin', which is like classic. But
yeah.
what about
Mar usually he usually cuts it short, like when we go in. So I was expecting that, but he wasn't paying attention. So
let it
no,
breathe
I'm
a
not
little
blaming
bit.
Mario, but we should
breathe a little bit.
But he wasn't paying attention, said Danny.
I picked the end part of the song.
Y'all are kind of going out one another.
No,
That was
right
I'm not stressing. I'm just explaining what happened.
Danny, be quiet. Mario, is Danny bullying you?
No,
Blink twice.
We have fun here. That was like the Taysom Hill interception in the first
That was
preseason
only one
game.
blink. Blink twice if you need help.
Not
that was only
anybody's
one, okay.
not anybody's fault. Just a miscommunication. You know?
Does Danny think that Mexicans are superior to all other Latino?
He does
Latino
definitely think
people?
I mean, that's just a fact. But
Oh my God. There you go, dude. There you go.
I mean, you said California Dreams. I started thinking about the TV show. Is anybody else old enough to remember California Dreams?
What is California?
Not at all.
They're definitely not old enough. Okay, it's fine.
I remember.
Where's Flynn when I need him?
I kind of remember the intro to Beverly Hillbillies. If that's
no. California Dreams is like Saved by the Bell, but a little different.
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
What I do have an idea about is how excited I am for LSU UCLA in 2 days. And Jake, you mentioned something a little odd and maybe a little appropriate given what we were about to embark on. But where were you 6 years ago today?
Lambeau. I was at Lambeau with Gordy Rush, Victor Howell, and Kevin Mawai. LSU Game Day Live. And we're getting ready for a game that we had high hopes. A lot of high hopes.
High hopes for, right? I mean, Lambeau Field.
Remember, that was a top
the
five,
meccas of college football.
The top 5 LSU team. Remember that year they talked everyone into coming back. And that was just something that doesn't happen at LSU. I forget all the names. I forget who exactly came back. I know Tre'Davious White was one of them, probably the biggest. But you had high hopes for that team. You knew they didn't have a quarterback, but you still felt like they got Leonard Fournette. They're going to be fine. They're going to do what they do. They're going to run the football, play defense. And then when they lost that game, that was one of the worst feelings I've ever had after an LSU loss because you felt like there was a shift. All this promise that you talked about in the offseason went away so quickly. You knew they didn't have the team to be able to roll off 9 in a row after that. You knew it was going to be a pretty long season.
Well, and that was, and the quarterback play was just unreal that game. And not that those guys are put in the best position to succeed, right? I mean, the scheme was as like if you wanted to hold that game up as kind of a paragon of bad Les Miles offensive football, that would be kind of the perfect game to hold up. Now, am I wrong here in my timing? I might be wrong. Or was it 3 weeks later when Les was fired?
Les is gone, yeah.
Right? That was the same year, right?
The same year, yeah.
And so I guess
that was.
all of that is to say
16, 15, I don't know.
That these games, these big out-of-conference Power 5 matchups can have a huge tail effect on the season, right? They can have a long tail, whether it be positive or negative. Obviously, some of the other shining examples, a lot of people would hold up 2011, the Oregon game, where you win that game, becomes this huge launching pad of confidence. And next thing you know, you're in the national championship, right? You're undefeated, all these things, beating UNC to start the season. But if you lose, like you lost to Wisconsin, then it can kind of cause you to tailspin a bit. And it's also a bit interesting where there's so much narrative on this LSU staff right now, right? And although we don't feel it here as much locally, remember what everybody was asking us at SEC Media Days was constantly like, is Coach O on the hot seat? Is it after the 5-5 year? And while, again, kind of like that team a few years ago, we think that this team has the potential to be very good, there is that little seed of doubt in the back of your mind and that seed of fear that you just don't know until the game is played, and you still do have a lot of question marks. As we said yesterday, the reality of the situation is although you really like Max Johnson, he is relatively inexperienced in terms of the amount of confidence and belief I think that the LSU fan base kind of has in him. You are working in multiple new offensive coordinators, or excuse me, multiple new coaches and coordinators throughout that staff.
Offensive coordinators plays passing game coordinator and a coordinator. So, I mean, multiple coordinators on the offensive side.
So, like, if you want to engage with some of these angles and kind of storylines that can make you a bit afraid for maybe what could happen Saturday, like those angles are there to be engaged in. Now, I think there's fully objective, sound reasoning why you can kind of explain away some of these things, or explain that a lot of these changes will be for the better and positive, and LSU will roll on Saturday. And I do believe that. I believe 3 points is far too small for this game. I would hammer LSU minus the 3, whether I was a Tiger fan or not. But then again, I thought LSU was going to be Wisconsin that day, and look at what happened. So a lot on the line Saturday.
I absolutely thought LSU was going to win that game, but offensively, that was the year that I think everybody just finally figured out you cannot do what you're doing offensively and win games, certainly not win championships anymore. Like, that was the year, and it gotten so much better once Steve took over the play calling, right?
Yeah.
When Coach O takes over, Coach Ensminger's calling the plays, and remember the Missouri game, and I think it was Southern Miss, and you're like, wait a minute, they know how to throw a forward pass, and you start to figure out, okay, this is who we have to be to win games. But, you know, this has even a different feeling, I think, just because of the way last year went. I think there's so many eyeballs on this game, not only here, like us that talks about LSU every single day. Like, when I do shows, and you were on with us yesterday, T, like when we do those shows, our callers that call in, like not even UCLA or LSU fans, like they're intrigued by this game. They think this is a game that's going to be one of the best, if not the best, of the weekend. So it's got a lot of intrigue to it.
I hope it's not the best.
I mean, we do hope it's not, but that's kind of the feel from around the country.
I wanted to have a Nebraska-Illinois feeling. Maybe be exciting for a quarter, and then let's be painfully clear about who the better team is.
I do want to say something, though, about Max, and you're right. He doesn't have a ton of experience. You know this, and a lot of our listeners know this, but casual fans just assume that he started 2 games and had success there.
How do you? Okay, I want you to respond to this because I think it's all merit. And E-Dub in the chat says, I want to go on record. I don't see what everyone else sees in Max.
Okay, so it does kind of play in. But he's played 6 games. I mean, he has played 6 games. He's played against Alabama. He's played against Texas A&M. He's played against Auburn, right? So it's not only the starts that he had. The thing, if you don't see it in Max, you might not be wowed by his arm, right? You're not going to ever look back there and, you know, Miles Brennan can throw a ball 65 yards and you can be like, man, that's a hell of a throw, right?
Yeah.
That's not what you're going to ever get wowed by. It's same thing with Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, Garrett's a gunslinger. That's what he's going to do. But Max within the offense is really good, right? Just because you don't have the big arm, Peyton Manning didn't have a big arm. We could go down a list of quarterbacks, but it's about anticipation. It's about being accurate with the football. It's about knowing where you're going with the football pre-snap and actually really succeeding within the offense and doing what you're supposed to do. So with Max, there's not a lot of wow factor, but that does not mean you can't be a great quarterback. You don't need to have the wow factor to be able to go out there, win games, and put up stats. There's a lot of quarterbacks that we could point to that don't have that, but they're really good, some of the best that we've ever seen at their position. Like, what does Drew Brees do that wows you?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's what my old man always talked about. It's just the 2 most important things what Breeze does, and all the greats do. It's just accuracy and decision-making. Arm talent is the most overrated part.
I mean, if arm talent was it, Jeff George would be the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, that's how you trigger my old man. Talk about Jeff George. He gets so salty. Well, like, you know, but then every now and then you have the accuracy, decision-making, and the arm talent, and that's when you have Aaron Rodgers. You have Pat Mahomes. Like, yeah, those are the guys that transcend to the freakiest of levels. And Johnson may not be that, but I think he has those 2 elements. Well, I don't know. I guess the accuracy remains a bit to be seen. It was there at times during camp. There were other times where I felt like maybe it was a bit off. But I feel very confident in talking about his decision making. I know that we've talked to Marucci about a lot of the neurological testing that they do, and apparently Max kind of has off the charts processing power for a human being, which is, you know, exactly what you want to hear in your quarterback, where you have to process a ton of information hyper quickly.
It's something we don't get a chance to see, even in scrimmages when you and I get to go behind closed doors. We don't get to see Max if it was a live action play. Like, he's live until he gets touched. Okay, well, Max is a big boy. Like, you were surprised how big he was, right?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so you touching him on his shoulder as you pass with an offensive lineman holding on to you in a scrimmage, that's dead. They're calling that a sack. On a game, one of the best attributes that he has is being able to escape within the pocket, by 3 extra seconds and find an open receiver. So those are things we haven't seen. That might be his best skill set, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, look, man, it's hard not to be a bit excited. Now, these were bad defenses last year, but if you do actually go back and look at the numbers of Florida Ole Miss, certainly the completion percentage you would like to see a bit better, as it was at 58 and 52, but you're talking about nearly 300 total yards against Florida with 3 TDs when you add in his 52 yards of rushing there. And against Ole Miss, you're talking about nearly 500 yards of total offense to go along with those 3 touchdowns through the air and then 2 on the ground. So 500, 5 TDs, and it's a limited sample size in terms of being a true starter. But when you saw it last year, and it was against a bad defense, but hey, you can't control that. You could just control what you did. And he was dominant statistically, especially in that Ole Miss game. That's a crazy stat line.
The Auburn and Texas A&M games, too, you could say those games were out of hand. He came in garbage time, but still to be able to go in there, complete over 60% of your passes, to have touchdown drives. Like against A&M when TJ Finley was the quarterback, it was one of the worst offensive performances I've ever seen from an LSU team. I mean, it was just bad. They could get nothing going. At least when Max came in, it gave you a little bit of jolt. He was 14 of 22, threw the only touchdown for LSU in that game, right? So he's had some moments when he's had to come in when it's not been an ideal situation.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying that Max is going to be the first-team All-SEC quarterback, but LSU fans should feel pretty good about where they're at as far as their starter. That's not only us saying that. When you talk to people from around the league, we had Aaron Murray on a couple of weeks ago. He said he's got Max Johnson as his number 3 quarterback in the SEC right now. Our guy J-Boy, I think he has him, I don't know, it's either 4th or 5th in his top 5. So a lot of people see what he's able to do as far as turn on the tape, see what he can do pre-snap, see what he does with the football, what he can do within the pocket, which is so important. It's what Joe Burrow was so dynamic at. Within the pocket, he could find those little spaces, those little windows to be able to get a throw off, right? So it's not about, let me see if I can throw it 65 yards and be the best spiral you've ever seen. That's not what playing quarterback's about. If you have that and the other stuff, then you're Patrick Mahomes. There's not a lot of Patrick Mahomes walking this earth.
No. Rodgers, Mahomes, and I mean, I don't know. Brady kind of has it. Brady's arm just gets stronger. I don't know how.
Elway had it.
Elway definitely had it. Yeah, that dude had a rocket as well. All right, when we get back, we'll close up hour number 1. Hour 2, I want to play some kind of LSU prediction, true, false as well. Oh, and Brandon Walker of Barstool Sports. So Mincy called me yesterday to check in, and he said that Walker went into his office and demanded that he be allowed on off the bench to talk that same trash that he talked last year. So that'll be coming up at 8:30. Wrapping up hour 1 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552 is the number, 925-8552. Obviously, with the storm right now, a lot of homes, a lot of businesses have been damaged. And it doesn't matter if it's an old home, a new home, if it is residential, or if it's commercial, like if an office building that needs some work done. Central Plumbing has the experience, right? They've been at it for nearly 5 decades now. They have the experience, they have the insurance, they have the paperwork, they have personnel to fulfill all of these needs. So it's a true one-stop plumbing shop. Call 925-8552. Trust the Payne family. Go to centralplumbing.org.
Also, right now, you might have a plumbing issue because of the storm. They do have that emergency line ready to go. And when you go to centralplumbing.org, like T just mentioned, you can see the full fleet that's ready to go. So commercial, residential, nothing's going to be too big for them to handle. You got to make that call, though, if you do have that problem. 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at patientplusuc.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. I'm wheels up to California, so I'll see you on Friday, but be sure to be here 3 to 6 for Thursday's AFR, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Hey, what games are tonight? We have college football tonight.
Got Tennessee, you got Heupel.
Heupel's tonight.
Heupel's tonight. Against Bowling Green, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barn burner.
You got UCF and Boise State, too. Looking forward to that one.
That one is a pretty
It's gonna be a
interesting
banger.
game because they could be auditioning for the Big 12.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
guess. I mean, I guess so. Potentially, I didn't even think about that. There's long-term additions. What do you think? You think Heupel and Company, is Bowling Green any good?
No, Bowling Green's awful.
Okay, so great starting
As bad
game.
as Tennessee.
Great
The worst.
starting game for Heupel.
Yeah, Tennessee is a big favorite in this game. The spread is 35 points.
Wow. Okay. Shout out
35
Volunteers.
points for Tennessee there. I think the game of the night is going to be Ohio State at Minnesota.
Yeah. Wait, that's tonight.
That's tonight.
That's a big one.
It's a 14-point spread by Ohio State. They're on the road. Let's see if PJ Fleck. Last year, obviously, they
last
did
year's a
not.
down year,
They
right?
did not add on to that success that they had from the year before, where they beat Auburn in a bowl game. Tanner Morgan is back for his 72nd season as quarterback. So they had Rashad Bateman opt in, opt out, opt in, opt out last year. Now he's obviously in the NFL. So last year was a very tough year for them. They lost a couple of really close games to Wisconsin. I forget the other one they lost that was right there at the end. But Minnesota's a good football team, and Ohio State's breaking in a new quarterback. Ohio State obviously has got more Jimmys and Joes, but I think it will be closer than the experts think.
So you would take Minnesota plus 14?
It feels like a push. It feels like it's like a 7-point game, and then Minnesota's got like a turnover late, and Ohio State ends up putting it away. I would say
I would love for it to be close.
If I had a hook on the other side of it, I'd take it. But 14 feels about like what it's going to be.
I would love for it to be close like that. I just
it is funny that like in college,
Minnesota.
So in college, a 14-point victory for Ohio State, like it's like, oh man, Minnesota hung in there. In the NFL, if you get beat by 14. You got killed.
Yeah, you got murdered. Oh yeah, that's like what's the largest NFL spread you've ever even seen? Like
we had some.
I mean,
so
8 is up
digits
there. I
year.
feel like we got a couple 10s last year, but it's rare. It's rare. And then anytime you take him, that's the time when the team actually does get killed.
How about Ohio State's quarterback that's not starting this game signed a $1.4 million NIL deal?
Who, Quinn?
Yeah.
Ewers?
$1.4 million.
What?
Yep.
Hour 2 next. What?
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Ochsner.org today. Ochsner.org, your healthcare providers. Look, right now at Ochsner, wherever you may be, right, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, they are there for you. In fact, they are working hard right now to accommodate patients displaced from other areas of Louisiana. So I always talk about Ochsner caring about the community's health throughout the entire state. That's why they are the official medical provider of the LHSAA. That's why they work with colleges throughout the state. In fact, Dr. Burnham's actually on the road with Southern going up to Troy this weekend. That's why they work with the Saints and other professional teams, right? They care about the community. So right now, they've taken in a bunch of patients, but the ortho and sports clinic is up and running. So if you have any orthopedic problems, some emergencies, anything like that, Ochsner is still open and ready for you. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, they got your back. Go to Ochsner.org. That's Ochsner.org.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from eTel Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all.
Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning, everybody. It's 8 a.m. on Thursday, September 2nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 90. Coming up in hour 2 of OTB, we talk to Brandon Walker of Barstool Sports coming up at 8:30. You can follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch us live on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and get inside the chat. Make sure to subscribe, set your notifications, and remember you can check us out on CST. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo! Yo, yo.
Yo. Yo.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB hour number 2. Here we sit. College football week 1 underway. I completely forgot about Ohio State, Minnesota. I'm vastly more excited tonight. I'm a sucker for the big brands. I wish I was enough of a college football nerd to get into, who played last night?
Jacksonville State, UAB.
Yeah.
UAB won 31-0. I watched most of the second half.
I appreciate UAB because they're mascot, but I wish I was more of a college football nerd and then I get into that. But I'm just a bit more of a size queen. I need the big brands in order to kind of interest me. And Minnesota and Ohio State, it checks those boxes. So in a lot of ways, like, my college football weekend will start tonight, and I'm incredibly excited for it. I do want to run through the weekend, some of the games like you said,
Wait, so it's
Jake.
officially football season again?
It is officially yes, this is my latest start to football season is today.
I got you.
I'll probably have another one tomorrow.
For sure. I'll for sure have one tomorrow.
Again on Saturday, obviously, because that's when LSU will actually play a game. The Saints still have to play, so that'll be another beginning to the football season.
Can I real quick give you a team to pay attention to tonight? It's not going to be the greatest of games, but there's a team in North Carolina State that plays against South Florida. Now, South Florida is not a good football team. They'd have to make a big improvement for them to make this an exciting game. NC State returns 18 players from last year's team. A lot of people don't realize this is a team that was 8-3 in the regular season, 7-3 in the ACC. Their only losses came at Virginia Tech, against Miami, and at North Carolina. It's a pretty good football team. They were the only team to beat Liberty last year, and I'm not trying to be funny. They were the only team, right, to beat Liberty. So,
wouldn't you love to see NC State play like Oregon State or something? I'm just kidding. That's a deep cut for the OTB Daily listeners. We had that debate when we were discussing the potential of a scheduling alliance and what it would look like. But okay, that's good though. Good on Dave Doran. So, and yes, I did just Google NC State head football coach and tried to drop it in I knew off the top of my head. I know. I can't. I don't want to sell our listeners a bill of goods here.
It's really honestly,
good on Dave Doran. I mean, he's got that squad ready to roll. He's really built that program impressively. And if it looks like they could maybe be an outside shadow threat in the ACC.
Just yell Phillip Rivers at the end. That's your NC State breakdown.
Hey, don't forget about Russ. Didn't Russ?
But he left.
Yeah, but he was there, dude.
Yeah, but he
was there. Dude. He put up great stats there.
But he left.
I would still put him in the Wolf.
I mean, I think a lot of people. I know, but I think a lot of people think him Wisconsin, even though
that's fair. That's fair because he had such winning success. Didn't he win the Rose Bowl?
I believe so. He at least played in it. If he did,
does
sure,
does NC State claim Russell Wilson? Surely, right? Like, are they salty enough where they don't? I mean, he was a grad transfer.
They were pretty salty about it when it happened. I remember Philip was pretty salty about it.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah, he's pretty salty.
Did he ever tell him something? Do you know?
Probably not knowing Philip. Or if he did, it was all shucks,
you're
man.
a turd,
God
man.
dang, you're a turd.
God dang, you turd, man.
But
shoot,
if you're not wanting to
anyway.
see Clemson in the college football playoff yet again, if they beat Georgia, they might.
They're in.
They're in. They might only get challenged at NC State September 25th because they typically have one game like that. Last year, it was Syracuse, if I'm not mistaken. The year before, somebody like that. They all looked the same.
What are you reading, by
the
the
year
way?
before, it was North Carolina. Sam Howell went for 2, remember?
Syracuse had a couple years where I think they beat him one year and then they challenged him like a couple different years. No, Clemson, one bad team normally does give Clemson or one worse team normally does give Clemson a run for its money.
Last year.
So yeah, it was. So like somebody I'm sure will do that this season. But how about this? If they beat Georgia, they're probably in the playoff. If they lose to Georgia, do they have an avenue back?
Do they get the benefit of the doubt because they're Clemson? Because the rest of their schedule,
they don't play anybody.
South Carolina State, Georgia Tech, NC State, BC, Syracuse, Pitt, Florida State, Louisville, Connecticut, Wake Forest, and South Carolina. I don't know if any of those teams, maybe outside of NC State, will be ranked at the time when they play them. Now, they'll probably get a really good North Carolina or Miami team in the ACC championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So will that be enough? But if
that will go a long way.
If they lose this game, you're right. The question is, will they get that benefit that we've seen other teams, right? I mean, Alabama, and they've earned it. I'll give it to them. They have earned this benefit of the doubt. They've won 2 national titles without winning the West.
Yeah.
So
is also though that is also a weird thing though, where it's like, yes, they have earned it because they went on to win the championship, but they also were given the opportunity that nobody else has really been given, right?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, yes, technically they did it, but they're the only ones who've even had the opportunity to do it. So maybe a bit of a logical trap there as well, or a reason to trap. With Clemson though, I do think if there was not an ACC championship, I would say I would put in a plethora of 2-loss teams over a 1-loss team with that schedule. But if they do have an ACC championship, and let's say UNC is really good, and they just like blow the brakes off them, then I bet you Clemson does get the benefit of the doubt. That is kind of funny that here we're sitting for the first games even played. We're going through potential ACC championship scenarios.
So yesterday, again, you were on with us. I don't know if you caught any of it. I was talking about the whole time. It was kind of setting up North Carolina because I believe in North Carolina. Y'all have heard me talk about Sam Howell. I think that Ty Chandler coming over from Tennessee is going to be an added bonus because you lose 2 stud running backs to the NFL. I think North Carolina's going to be a real football team. But I kept saying over and over during the show, when they play Clemson in the ACC championship game, if they get there.
Yeah.
Or, when they match up with Clemson in the ACC championship game, and Horowitz was like, so you're already putting Clemson there? I go, yeah, you're not. He goes, no, they're there. I was asking.
Am I dumb for taking UNC to cover the 5.5 at Virginia Tech? I mean, surely if we're gonna love on UNC this much,
right?
Surely they have to beat Virginia Tech by a touchdown,
right? It's tricky. You're going to Blacksburg. They're going to be playing Enter Sandman. The whole deal. They hadn't had.
Oh, they play Enter Sandman too.
Yeah, they hadn't had fans and blah 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 blah. Like I understand, like that's a very difficult place to play. LSU fans know that from the early 2000s. They're way more talented than Virginia Tech. They have to go in there and dominate that game and cover.
Surely, right? I mean, come on. When your boys some money, UNC. I'm trusting you, Mac Brown and Sam Howell.
God, beautiful uniforms.
Who, UNC?
Yeah, not the Hokies.
Look, UNC, the Baby Blues are obviously some of the best ever, but I kind of like the Hokies color scheme.
When you see our guy Jordy today, let him know that he did me wrong by picking the Hokies for my flag football team.
Oh wow, he got to choose the mascots.
Well, no, he just said it, but he could have lied and been like Tigers, Hokies. We're talking about maroon and orange.
Yeah, but there's something. It's so off the beaten path that I think I kind of appreciate it.
We do break it down on Gobble Gobble.
What were we talking about? Just like how do we even get to where we are right now?
I was telling you, watch out for NC State tonight. We went down a little rabbit hole, Coach. Watch out for NC State against South Florida. Then we started talking about Clemson. Then it went from Clemson to North Carolina.
Yeah.
This is our ACC preview here on OTB. That's what this is.
I
Okay?
guess so. Shout out Mac Brown. Win me some money, man.
Somebody else, shout out, pointed this out. Chris Curry in Utah play tonight. Former LSU running back.
Wait, hold on. While we're still on the ACC, before we move on to the Pac-12, how do you feel about Florida State this year? Because that is one of the games on Clemson's schedule. Mike Norvell, 3-6 last year. Nothing too impressive.
Florida State's terrible.
But
Mackenzie Milton, right? I know who's there.
But well, yeah, no. I guess my butt comes in simply that I was just surprised at the line on the Notre Dame game. It's only 7.5. And I know that it's in Tallahassee, but Notre Dame is a top 10 team. Notre Dame, regardless of what you think about them in the playoff, they consistently beat the lesser teams on their schedule. Yes, they consistently do exactly what they're supposed to do. I didn't know if I was just missing something with the Seminoles that Vegas is seeing that game's at 7.5.
They only return 5 players on defense from a very bad defense, 9 players on offense, but obviously they're going to have a quarterback competition here. I think you're going to play multiple quarterbacks. I don't think it's only going to be one. I don't think this Florida State team is going to challenge in the ACC at all. When you look at who they open up with Notre Dame, I favor Notre Dame in that one. Then they get an easier with Jacksonville State and Wake Forest, but this is not a team that I see challenging even in their own division.
There's a time when Notre Dame, Florida State would have lit the world on fire.
It'd have been the only game we talked about.
Yeah, it's very disappointing with how far Florida State has fallen. What are you reading over there, Bo? Is that a Phil Steele?
No.
An Athlon?
Well, Athlon. Athlon's always been my go-to.
Something very nostalgic about old giant college football preview magazines.
Love them.
Yeah. I remember being a little kid and just tearing them up on the toilet.
Yeah, this is going to be being on the plane.
Yeah.
So
smart. I need to pick one up.
Well, since I'm going to be making my debut in the booth, I really want to work on some of these UCLA names and just kind of really break it down, like when I'm talking about depth charts and stuff. So
yeah, are you nervous about that? So you're going to be doing the commentary. You're not going to be doing play-by-play, but you're going to be doing a little color commentary, a little analyst. That's right. For the LSU UCLA game, and you've never done this before, not in like a high school game or anything.
No, I've only done TV. I've done plenty of TV. So
analyst work?
Yeah, it's a little different, but I've done sidelines on the radio, but never been in the booth on the radio. So, hey, no pressure, making your debut in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
where
exactly,
Keith Jackson
dude, that's what I'm saying.
And others. And the guy, obviously CB, Chris Blair's been doing it for such a long time, does such a great job. And then across the glass, a guy we had on when you were out, Josh Lewin, is the UCLA play-by-play guy. He was the play-by-play of the Chargers when I was there, play-by-play of UCLA basketball as well, and the New York Mets. So, no pressure.
Yeah,
I'm excited
just a little
about
bit. So if you listen to Eagle 98.1, you can know that Jake that you're hearing is kind of entering virgin waters a little bit, right? Some untested territory, which is always a very exciting but kind of scary place to be. All right, when we get back here and off the bench, I want to play some LSU True False. I've some questions like True False, LSU will have a 100-yard rusher. True False, things along those lines. We'll answer them next. If you want to get some in, put them in the chat, and we'll answer them next here and off the bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com. Again, look, we know that the storm can cause damage to your home in multiple ways. If you have any AC, heating, or electrical questions or work that needs to be done, you want to go with AccuTemp. You don't trust me? Look online at the reviews, right? Like if you're that person that really likes to dot all your I's and cross all your T's and make sure you're good to go with your decision, just go look online because you're going to be blown away by the reviews that AccuTemp has. And I can speak to it from experience. I've never had such a positive customer experience as I have in working with AccuTemp and how they stay on top of my situation for free and make sure that I avoid these massive repairs down the road. So any AC, heating, or electrical, you want AccuTemp.
Yeah, like if you're part of the program, whenever your power does get restored, if you've been without power, they can come and check your AC to make sure that your unit is working like it's supposed to. Also, don't forget about the generators. AccuTempBR.com. Find some more information there. AccuTempBR.com.
we opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at patientplusuc.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care.
Don't miss a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. The rest of the station's going off to La La Land, but we're back in studio. It's a throwback Thursday. You will not want to miss it. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Welcome to the effing Hotel California.
Yeah, exactly.
Such an effing lovely place.
Hey, relax.
Whoa,
Mario.
easy.
You're going to get us
Gosh.
in trouble, dude. You need to chill, bro.
Letters are not curse words.
Just like last time when you
Actually, that's
got
3
us in
letters.
trouble.
When you say it like that, it's EFF.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you got to say it, there's 3 letters, right? Because if
Yeah.
it's just a letter
Yeah.
F, then I think you
Yeah.
can get in trouble or
Yeah.
something randomly.
Yeah.
Emphasis, there was definitely 2 F's there.
Yeah, there we go.
Even though you said there was a letter.
Welcome back. OTB, T-Bob, Jake, Mara, Danny hanging out with you, getting ready for the weekend, heading out to California right after this for the LSU game. I was thinking during the break, again, we talked about number 18 during headlines. Shout out Avery Atkins and Damone Clark being named number 18. Big for Damone Clark once again, I think, to win over there's such a massive disconnect, I think, between how the team and the coaching staff thinks of Damone Clark and how the fans think of Damone Clark. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably one of the I think I've had an impact on that. I don't want to give myself too much credit. I think that I have banged, though, not the anti-Damone Clark drum, but I was objectively critical last season of what I was seeing on film, and it was really bad. Now, I've also been painfully clear that I don't think Clark was ever always put in the best position to succeed or taught the best. I think that it's been a massive upgrade from Pelini to Baker and just the entire new system. And so I would love nothing more than for Damone Clark to come out there, kick ass, and kind of redeem himself in the eyes of the LSU fan base. And also, when you look at the linebacker group, he is the only one that you know is going to be on the field the majority of the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as it stands now, everything else is up in the air. We were talking about that on the LSU football podcast. Great job, which y'all should all listen to. Is the title a direct ripoff of Tim and Eric? Absolutely. It also gives you an idea of the nature of the show. It's very fun. I'm telling you, listen to it before the game. Do you want to plug your podcast?
Sure, why not? Pre-gaming the SEC with myself and Chris Doring. We preview the entire conference, but this week it was heavy LSU UCLA.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about Damone Clark, but I'll say we will, so you can tune in. So subscribe to both of our podcasts.
And they give away Madden codes. We don't have any giveaways, unfortunately. So check out Pre-Gaming SC. No, but we didn't even talk about Damone as much as we did that he is the only known quantity in the linebacker room in terms of who is going to play. Otherwise, I'm going to be fascinated to see the rotation on Saturday.
Right, I agree with you. He'll be the constant guy in there because you're going to get a rotation of Jared Small, who I think you'll see probably the first play with Damone Clark. And then you're going to have Bug Strong. You're going to have Mike Jones. You're going to have Micah Baskerville coming there as well. So it feels like Damone Clark will be the one constant there at linebacker. But you got a group, and it was really a concern for you. I remember being at SEC Media Days, and before we would do our show, you were doing a couple of hits, and you were talking about the linebackers. You were a little nervous about that position. How do you feel about that now here almost 2 months later?
No, I'm not any better. I mean, I'm improving mode. Not really any better. I got to see it. I think, like a lot of elements of this team, there are ample logical reasons that I could point to as to why it will be better. But I do just want to see it before I go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt. But again, I want to be proven wrong in these sort of things. I don't like people not succeeding and then us having to be publicly critical about where they've gone wrong. Now, I think we have to do that because it's our job, but it's not fun to do. I would much rather come in here and be like, I'm an idiot. Damone Clark's the man. The linebacking play was incredible. Like, that would make me truly happy. The other thing I was thinking about with 18, how about what a beast is Avery Atkins, where he's a kicker that gets number 18 at a time when you have a first-team All-American kicker in Cade York. Like, you have a guy who is like one of the biggest dogs in the entire country, and yet it's Avery Atkins who ends up with the 18. So
again, like everything Avery's done off the field is just as impressive as what he's done on the field, being there on the SEC Leadership Council and having that communication with Commissioner Sankey, and last year being such a difficult year, so many different things going on. Obviously, that plays into it as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him, if he does in fact punt for the first time there in the Rose Bowl, him going down and headhunting someone after he punts it.
Yeah, he's always looking forward to. All right, let's go ahead then and do what we said we were going to do. I've been logging all of the true falses that y'all have been asking, the true false questions y'all have been asking in the chat. And now let's go ahead and dive into some true false predictions for LSU UCLA. Jake, true, false. Trent Ritchie asks, LSU's defense ends this season ranked top 5 in the conference.
In the conference?
Yeah.
True.
Gotta be true.
Gotta be true.
What if I said LSU's defense ends this season, scoring defense, the most important stat, top 15 in the country?
All right, you play some high-powered offenses within your own conference. Non-conference wise, though, you you've got a big advantage in most of your contests there. You said top 15?
Top 15.
I'll say false. I think they finished somewhere in the 23, 24, 25.
I think false is probably the safe answer and the smart answer now. And I would love to be proven wrong, but there just are too many question marks. E-Dub, true, false. UCLA will rush for over 200 yards.
False.
I think that's false. I would be highly disappointed if UCLA rushed for over 200 yards. That means things have gone awry.
Charbonnet and Britton Brown are really good players. They really are. Like they've done it for a couple of years, and Britton Brown is not being talked about enough because of what Charbonnet did in the game. But this is a guy that last year ran for over 6 yards a carry, had 543 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he's a real back. He'll play on Sundays as well. So they've got a great rushing attack. Their offensive line is one of the reasons why they can have that attack.
Yeah.
I just don't see them getting the push on what's been a dominant defensive line, and it's only getting better because you've got some young studs that we have not seen yet in purple and gold that are going to be out there that we think a lot of.
Emil McClellan, true, false, who is on the LSU Football Podcast, great job with me. True, false, Dre Jenkins will see more targets than Kayshon Boutte against UCLA. You can look for like a creative angle, right? Do they oversell to stop Kayshon? What does that open up for everybody else? I still cannot fathom, though, that anybody will get more targets than Kayshon Boutte.
Plus that connection with
Take out Dre Jenkins. Just put in another receiver. Will another receiver get more targets than Kayshon this game?
No.
Okay, I don't think so either. Reeve asks, true, false, LSU throws for more than 250 yards.
In this game?
Mm-hmm.
True.
LSU will have a 100-yard rusher. One 100-yard rusher. Not a 100-yard rushing.
False.
One 100-yard rusher.
False.
Yeah, I think that's probably the safe play with all of the just the turnover in the running back room. True or false, LSU will have a 100-yard receiver.
True.
Okay, you think it's going to be Kayshon?
Yes.
You think Kayshon goes off?
Yes.
Big day?
Yes.
It just justifies the alpha status that he had garnered in the offseason?
Yes.
God, nothing would make me. I'd be so pumped, dude. Reeve asks again, true, false, LSU forces 2+ turnovers.
I'll say false because I think UCLA keeps it pretty conservative on the ground. I don't think DTR is going to have the ability to air it out unless they got down early. So I'll say false.
I'm going to go true here. I think I think that while I said that, I'm not going to give this linebacking group the benefit of the doubt until they prove it in kind of my personal head, like I want to put money on this or anything. I do feel that this is going to be kind of a statement game from the defense, right? Where you look at how last year they set the tone in a bad way for the season against Mississippi State. Everything descended into a swirling vortex of hellish football after that. It just got worse and worse and worse. They had their reputation just completely ruined, dragged through the mud, stomped, just erased any of the intimidation factor of the LSU defense. I think they're very aware of all this. They lived through all of this, and I think they're going to be on the warpath with Coach Jones and company tomorrow. So, no, I think 2+ turnovers is absolutely in play. All right, we'll get to more true false, but we got Brandon Walker coming up next from Barstool Sports. Let's go ahead and go to break. We'll be back with Walker next here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
We again remind you to go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Look, if you like off the bench, then you should have a little love in your heart for All-Star because they are one of the huge sponsors of the show and make us able to do this. And they also provide the city with excellent vehicles. So whether you need you want a big truck like the Tundra, maybe you want like a Camry or something that you can lease, which actually I am, and I'm a big guy. I mean, that sedan, it's very comfortable. Or even like a minivan. They got it all. To rent, to lease, to buy, All-Star is the answer. All-Star Toyota.
Yeah, now is a great time to trade in that vehicle. You're going to get the most value for that vehicle. And like T mentions, once you do that, you got to do something. You got to get a new vehicle. And they have so many different options for you. They are open right now. So if you're looking for that midsize, full-size SUV, multiple trucks, hybrid, sedan, you name it, they've got it. That's one of the great things about All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. And not only one option, but multiple options. AllStarToyotaOfBatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from eTel Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Coming up on a Thursday edition of Early Line, we talked to CBS Sports Pac-12 reporter David Cobb to break down LSU versus UCLA and look forward to the year's first Thursday night slate of college football. Join us 2 p.m. 104.5 ESPN.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Edit the word softcore. Believe in fornication?
That's soft.
No, it did not.
And it's on.
I'm very confused.
What are you doing here?
Let's go to the phone line. Speaking of soft.
Guess we don't like Friday night HBO around here.
Who better? The man, the softest man in the country, some say. Of course, I'm talking about Barstool's Brandon Walker. Host of Walker Live, gambling stuff. I don't know what it is he does. Mississippi State fan. Brandon, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
First of all, I don't even do Walk the Line anymore. I stopped that show. I'm the host of the Brandon Walker College Football Show on BarstoolSports.com. It's good to hear from you, though. Good to see you, boys.
Wait, so Brandon, last year on this show, I will give you a bit of credit here. You came on at the same time, LSU Mississippi State Week 1, and you talked a lot of noise, and it seemed absurd at the time. But you fully believe that Mississippi State was somehow going to beat LSU, that Coach O was going to turn back into a pumpkin, all of these things that you said. And at least elements of that seemed to have come true.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The entire thing came
No, dude, no. Mississippi State went off. Okay, so yeah, you beat LSU 44-34. And I want you to go back mentally in your head, because I'm sure you were like so excited, dude. Like, oh my God, it's all happening. Mike Leach, the Pirates swing your sword. SEC's garbage. Mike Leach going to kill you. Then you lose to Sam Pittman in Arkansas. Then you lose to Kentucky. Then you lose to A&M. Then you lose to Alabama. Then you barely beat Vanderbilt 24-17. I mean, y'all were pretty bad, dude.
Give me a 20. You're revising history. The only thing you and I talked about last year was Mississippi State against LSU. We didn't talk about the rest of the slate. I told you what was going to happen, and it happened. And guess what? I'm about to do it again.
Okay, so what do you think about LSU this year, dude? Because I think they're going to be good. I'm thinking like 9-3, maybe 10-2.
Of course you guys are, because you're just programmed to think that every single year, no matter what. What is LSU? What did they have to do last year to convince you that they're not a good football team right now? I don't understand how they go 5-5, how they have the worst defense in the country, and LSU fans this year think they're right back to 10-2, 11-1. You think you're right back on top of the mountain. Based on what?
The Pelini effect, Brandon. The Pelini effect. Bo Pelini was garbage last year. He was a force so strong that it defied all analytics, right? And look, why does Vegas, okay, your guys, the gambling gods, why do they have LSU's over-under at 8.5? Seems like they're feeling like 9-3's in the cards.
They had it pretty damn high last year too, didn't they, T-Bob? They had it way up there.
Is that 6.5 last year, Brandon? 6.5, okay, man?
Yeah, and you didn't get within a game and a half of it. Here's the thing about that. Bo Pelini was terrible, god-awful, one of the worst coordinator hires of a generation. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah,
that's fair. That's completely fair.
The guy was running a 2006 defense against 2020 offenses. So how do you fix that? You go out and hire a defensive coordinator who has never, ever, ever been a defensive coordinator at this level. When Auburn's hiring Derek Mason, when Will Muschamp's out there, when Barry Odom's at Arkansas, you hire a guy who has never, ever coordinated a defense, not alone in the SEC, but in FBS football. That's supposed to inspire confidence in me?
Hey, to be fair, Zach Arnett, the Mississippi State defense coordinator, came in for an interview. They didn't like it, didn't get an offer.
He was just not up to snuff.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
What does that tell you about Orgeron's coordinator hiring abilities? That a guy who took Mississippi State talent to being the 37th best defense in the country isn't good enough to coach LSU, who had the 127 pass D last year.
Do you even know? Do you even know that Durante Jones invented the turnover chain when he was a coordinator in like a Division II school like 10 years ago, back in 2007?
Oh my God!
Bet you didn't even know that, dude.
Thank God I'm on.
Bet you didn't even know that.
Thank God I'm only on the second. Thank God I'm only on the second floor, so I can't throw myself off and kill myself right now. I'll just hurt myself. This is ridiculous.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when Durante Jones and the LSU defense kicks ass again?
Oh, everybody move. I'm about to jump off. I can't. I can't even with you guys. Every time, LSU fans are either all in or all out. And as soon as you guys lose to UCLA, you're going to be all out again. But
so you think LSU's going to lose to UCLA?
What do you think I asked to be on the show for?
Okay, I'm saying, but okay, so you got your fancy new Brandon Walker college football, which congratulations, it is awesome. The Brandon Walker college football show with Brandon Walker. I mean, how conceited can you be literally getting the name twice in there in the title? But you, as the host of your own college football show, think that UCLA is going to beat LSU?
I don't know. Are we having problems with the phone lines? I don't know how much. Do I have to send you a text? Do I have to send you a nude with me holding up a picture of UCLA winning right in front of my crotch? What do you want me to do? Yeah,
might like
UCLA's
that.
going to win the game.
I would like it. Why are they going to win the game?
Why are they going to win the game? I just think so much has to go right for LSU to be a good football team, right? And LSU fans assume that it's all going to go right, ignoring the fact that you got a quarterback who needs to come a long way. He does. He was decent by the end of the year, but he needs to come a long way. You got one weapon on offense that scares people. That's Keyshawn Boutte. Your running backs, by LSU standards, are average as hell. And admittedly, you guys have high standards when it comes to running backs. And your defense, you got the best cornerbacks in the country, right? That's all I hear. Best cornerbacks in the country. Yet you were 127th in pass defense, literally the worst pass defending team in the country. Okay, let's say the new defensive coordinator. Let's say the new defensive coordinator does a great job, and you guys rise 75 spots. You're still the 50th best pass defense in the country, and that'd be an unheard of rise.
All right, hey, is Brandon going to come back on after Louisiana Tech takes care of Mississippi State, and they are the Alpha Bulldogs?
That's a good question.
Who? I almost cussed right there. Who just said that?
Jacob Hester.
Yeah.
The legend. Speaking of high running back value.
Well, I've never heard of him, but anyway, yes, I'll come on. And no, this isn't about Mississippi State. We're talking about LSU. I think we'll win. I think it'll be ugly. I'm not sold on the Mike Leach experience. We'll win like 31-14, and we'll not be happy.
31-14.
What do you think? I mean, what do you think Mississippi State, where do they fall in the hierarchy this year? Because around these parts, a lot of people picking them to finish last in the West, B.
Well, around these parts, a lot of people do a lot of things that are questionable. I don't know. I think it's reasonable to pick either State or Arkansas last because, Ole Miss has a great offense, even though they have a terrible defense. LSU, Auburn, they're always going to be picked third or fourth. So, I don't know. I'm hoping for 6-6, 7-5, some positive changes going forward. I'm reasonable about my team. You guys aren't.
Yeah, and that same unreasonable led to 15-0 and a natty, which coincidentally, welcome to the club.
How long?
It only took y'all
a thousand.
It only took y'all 1,000. Hey, how long is that baseball natty going to be good for? A sport that you claim to not even give a damn about, and yet here you are, you're in Omaha, you're in the stadium, the big fat man on campus just walking around. Look at me, I love the Bulldogs, go baseball. It only took y'all 1,000 tries, dude. Congratulations. It'll probably be good for another 1,000.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a long road to get congratulations. That was you took the dirt road on that one.
Yeah, man, exactly. The Starkville Road. I was just trying to relate to you in a lot of ways. But yes, welcome to the National Championship winning club. It's a good feeling.
If I had known it was going to feel as good, I think I would have tried to do it a long time ago.
Do you think there's ever a world that Mississippi State win a football national championship?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Why not?
Fine. Whatever. Why not? Why the hell not? Listen, no, of course not. It's been 80 years since we won. What are you doing? I called to talk about LSU and UCLA and how UCLA is going to win.
Okay, so UCLA is going to win. LSU finishes where in the West?
I don't know. I think they're a 6-6 football team, maybe a 7-5 football team. I mean, Auburn might stink. Arkansas might stink. Mississippi State might stink. Ole Miss has a terrible defense. I don't think the West is as strong as we make it out to be. A&M's going to be really good. Alabama's going to be really good. Past that, it's a toss-up.
What about, are you, because this is also the other very chalky, sports talky SEC conversation that has to be had every time you do these things. Are you a Georgia believer?
Yeah, sadly I am, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror, and I try to get the Georgia out of my eyes, but I can't do it. That coach can't win a big game, but this year I think he's going to have to just to spite himself. I don't see how he doesn't. Alabama's not as strong as Alabama usually is. That still puts them in the top 3 or 5 in the country, but they got a lot of questions on offense that they got to replace. They've never had to replace this much in one season under Saban offensively, and I think Georgia slides in. I think Georgia wins the SEC and goes to the playoff. I really do.
Does anybody in the East challenge Georgia? If you're down on Florida, I think a lot of us are down on Florida. Does Kentucky, Missouri, anybody there
Jake loves
challenge
Kentucky.
Georgia? Love Kentucky.
Jake loves Kentucky.
No, the East is hot garbage. South Carolina's garbage. Vanderbilt's trash. Missouri's not good at all. Kentucky's okay, I guess. And Florida's going to take a big step back with a quarterback they haven't believed in for 4 years. All of a sudden they believe in him. So I think Georgia cakewalks. I think whatever happens against Clemson, they just ease into the SEC East schedule and put it in cruise control and go to the SEC championship game.
Are you trying to tell me that South Carolina starting a former coach at quarterback is a bad idea?
I'm telling you that when South Carolina got to the coaching buffet line first, remember they fired Will Muschamp first last year before everybody else?
Oh, yeah.
They literally could have hired, theoretically, anybody in the country. They hired Oklahoma's assistant tight end coach and said, why don't you come in and lead us? A guy who's never been a head coach at all. Why don't you come lead us? What was that about? I don't believe in South Carolina at all.
They paid you want a fun South Carolina fact, Brandon? So they had the 3 10-win seasons, 10-plus wins with Spurrier. They played over 100 years of football. Outside of the Spurrier era, they've won 10 games one time. So, like, they are kind of under the radar, one of the worst college football programs in the history of the sport. They're unbelievably bad.
Look, Bob, I'm one of the most learned college football minds you've ever met. I know all these facts.
No. You can't just say you know the facts after I give you to them. I gave them to you.
Can I say it's 11 win seasons, not 10?
No, what I'm telling you is, Spurrier had 11 win seasons. What I'm telling you is, outside of Spurrier, they've only hit 10 one time in 100 years.
Get the head ball coach that extra win.
Yeah, that's right. 11 times, 3 years in a row. Hey, Brandon, look, obviously you have horrible college football opinions. But, that tends to work a lot. And we have a lot of college football fans around here. Where can everybody watch the Brandon Walker College Football Show with Brandon Walker? Where and when?
Great question. I thank you for bringing it up. I cannot tell you.
Oh, okay.
Seems counterintuitive for promoting a show. But
the week of college football, week 1.
The first episode is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Louisiana time. And then we will announce tomorrow where you can see it. Do I wish we had already announced it? Yeah, I can't control that. We'll find out tomorrow, and it'll be all college football season, and I can't wait.
Hell yeah, man!
I'll tell you one thing about LSU UCLA. It's going to be a beautiful uniform matchup in the Rose Bowl. It's going to be beautiful college football.
I just hope the UCLA fans show up. They're trying to give away tickets. Apparently, if you go to high school in Los Angeles, you can get a free ticket to the game right now. So we'll see.
Certainly Louisiana's been through it. Everybody's in thoughts up here and everything. I'm up in New York, and that storm came through here yesterday, and it like wrecked New York. I'm like, and what we got was like 1/1000th of what you guys got. So obviously everybody's thinking about you guys.
Yeah, that's crazy, too. I saw a lot of those flooding images. Yeah. So thoughts, T's and P's to everybody up there in New York City as well. We got a lot of friends at Barstool. Y'all be safe up there. And look, Brandon, even I look forward to basically peeing on your takes whenever this is all said and done and rubbing your face in it after LSU beats the brakes off of UCLA. Durante Jones is named SEC Coach of the Year, and I cannot wait to watch the Brandon Walker College Football Show with Brandon Walker.
All right, have me back next week. UCLA 38, LSU 21.
Oh, damn. There we go. Brandon Walker, Barstool Sports. Thank you so much.
All right.
Later. Hey, does that make you a little nervous? Said the same things last year, and we laughed in the same way, and then it all came true.
I'm laughing because it's great delivery.
His delivery's great. He's got a excellent. I know he's a wrestling fan. He's definitely got the wrestling heel work completely down there. All right, that picture's incredible too. He's much better looking now. He's had a huge glow up. Yeah, without a doubt. All right, when we get back here on OTB, close out hour number 2, hour 3 coming up. Q-Line.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Download the DraftKings app today. When you do so, make sure you enter that code Baton Rouge that we've been giving you over the last couple of weeks. But I want to tell you about DraftKings. There are so many different ways to play. Like right now, obviously, baseball is the play, but you also can start to play some NFL here coming up. You've got a couple of different ways you can become that GM of your own team. Classic, right? You get to choose from 10 players, stay under that salary cap. You can go showdown captain mode where you select the captain and then you stay within that $50,000 salary cap as well. You've got tiers, you've got snake drafts, but the best part about it, if you don't select the team that you want today, you can select a new team tomorrow. That's what makes it so great. You become your own GM every single day, T.
That's right, DraftKings. And again, the promo code is Baton Rouge. You download right now. You will be entered to win with your first deposit, minimum $5 deposit. That's it. But you'll get free chances to win $1 million top cash prize and millions of dollars worth of other prizes. DraftKings promo code Baton Rouge.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
Do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. I'm Wheels Up to California, so I'll see you on Friday, but be sure to be here 3 to 6 for Thursday's AFR, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back. OTB. Hour number 2 about to wrap up here. Hurtling in to hour number 3. Then we're immediately leaving right after that. Me and Danny are heading to the airport. We're going to be wheels up. We're going to be in California by 1:30 Cali time, which is going to be kind of fantastic. Also, again,
what time's wheels up for you?
12? 12? Yeah.
It's good that you know the schedule, the
I think
itinerary.
high noon, Danny? Is that right? I think it is.
But I do need to back you up. I don't think any of us know anything that's going on. And I'm not even traveling with y'all. I'm just talking about because of all the things that are going on kind of around us, and it's just kind of been a wild couple of weeks.
Well, I mean, look,
I'm
also,
kind of same way.
Yeah, I didn't even know that I was going to Miramar, Florida until I showed up last week. So that was great. I'm just not a big planner when it comes to trips. I just need
You're like
time.
Paul Rudd in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, like I stopped wearing a watch.
Yeah. No, because your phone's.
Yeah, it says it has time right. It's 8:53. Look at that.
Hey, that's okay. That's a good person to be.
Yeah, no, I'm and Danny, I could tell I'm stressing Danny out because again, I think Danny's the polar opposite. I think Danny wants to be very on top of what the plan is, where are we going. Danny, are you convinced yet that I have us a place to sleep in California, or are you still doubting?
I'm still doubting, but I'll believe when I see it.
Okay. We're going to come through for you, D. Don't worry, bro. It's going to be great. Have a great time. We might have a little bit of a commute to get to the Lowe's Hotel in the morning. I think me and Danny will be hitting that 3:30 a.m. wake-up call, maybe.
All
The show starts at 5.
Can you swing by the hotel that I'm at and pick your boy up?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do a little.
I think it's 6 miles away.
We'll do a little Team OTB carpool.
Okay.
Into the Lowe's Hotel.
Could be some good content.
Yeah, Danny, you have to film everything too. This is your dream, Danny. All the TikToks that you've ever dreamed of in your Gen Z head, you can finally make come to life now that we're going to be in LA.
I'm not Gen Z, but
Are you not?
But you always say it's for the. Who knows what he is?
Are we both millennials?
It's all for the content.
Yes.
Here we are, because you're going to get T-Bob at 3:30. Probably
Yeah.
pick me up about 4.
Well, yes, it's for the content, or yes, we're both millennials.
No, yes. Well, both. Yes.
Okay. Oh, yes, for both. Okay, great, excellent, perfect. Emilio calls say TJ Ribs on Acadia's back open. Okay, shut up. Someone's looking for some food today. You can
Walk-ons, I know, on Burbank is open.
Okay.
Small Sliders is open. So if you're looking for
Okay.
some grub for the game, or if you don't have power and you're looking for somewhere to watch the
food,
game,
yeah.
obviously Walk-ons would be a great spot as well.
And we should
And TJ
continue to
Ribs.
mention this. Huge shout out to all the linemen, all the first responders, everybody clearing debris, just everybody who's out there grinding to
Yep.
get everything back to normal. It's a monumental task, and y'all are killing it. Hour 2 in the books, hour 3 coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com. What do we say? We say restore me, refuel me, rejuve me, and they mean it at Rejuve Me, okay? With locations in Denham, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. And granted, this is probably something you wait for a bit till maybe things calm down a bit. But the point is, if you're feeling aged, you're not feeling yourself. And I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, okay? There's levels to this stuff. It's like Kim Jordan says, levels to everything, right? But if you're not feeling right, you want to get back to feeling like your best and most youthful self, go into Rejuve Me and let them create a custom plan of attack for you. Maybe HRTs and cards, maybe it's not. The point is, though, they will get you to where you want to be.
No, that's exactly right. And then first off, you've got to understand aging. So you go in, because all of us, like in this room, all 4 of us are going to age differently. We're going to have different things pop up, just like you're going to age different. So you sit down and you understand the aging process. And then after that, you do the labs and they get you on a plan. Check them out, RejuveMeMedical.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, middle relief, and after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Auctioner Health.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning, everybody. It's 9 a.m. on Thursday, September 2nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 90. In case you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch that shortly up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Remember to follow today's show on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and get inside the Bayou 4 chat. Make sure you subscribe and set your notifications. And remember, you can also check us out on Cox Sports Television. OTB, OT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Hour number 3 of OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, and Danny hanging out with you today. I'm currently looking at the Week 1 college football schedule, and I'm trying to plan out the perfect plan of attack over the next few days. Now, some things write themselves, right? Obviously, tonight, Ohio State, Minnesota is really all you need to be worried about. A lot of games going on at the same time. And that's why I talk about playing out the perfect day, right? Because I'm talking about I want to be watching the best games, even though I'll be flipping around. Like, where do my points of focus want to be? Obviously, tonight, Ohio State, Minnesota plays. UNC, Virginia Tech tomorrow night, I feel like is really the only one that I care too much about. Now, Michigan State, Northwestern maybe is a bit, and they're not at the same time. There would be 3 hours after the start, so that could play.
Northwestern's going to control them.
Which is such a funny how quickly that can happen. I mean, it was only a few years ago where
playoff.
Yeah. Wow, they made the playoff.
Yeah.
What? Damn, the fall came so quick. I always want to call him D'Antoni, but it's D'Antonio, right? I get him and Mark D'Antoni confused.
Oh,
the old Michigan State head coach. Right. But like the fall came so quickly for him. Like you said, they were in the playoff. They were consistently better than Michigan. They were fighting for Big Ten championships, and now they're just like wholly irrelevant. Now they've fallen to the part where Pat Fitzgerald, the Northwestern, just going to control them tomorrow night.
I think so.
Damn.
Now you get this. The Northwestern football team is as well coached as you'll find in college football, as far as structure and who they are. You're not going to have a lot of mental mistakes. They made the championship game a year ago, right? New facility, so they're getting some better players, able to recruit to Chicago, all those type of things. That's a program that is run very efficient. They get the most out of that program that you possibly could have.
Yeah, and it's funny because I kind of pronounced them for dead a couple of years ago, and they were absolute garbage. Okay, so those 2 nights are easy. When you get to Saturday, now we have the full slate. Okay, a ton of 11 a.m. games. But the big boy there's got to be Penn State, Wisconsin. Big Ten on Big Ten. Penn State. What is Penn State going to be this year? I wonder. a team, again, that also was
really struggled,
relevant and great for the past few years, and then had a massive down year. Now, I know that it said that they bounced back recruiting-wise, and look, I still think James Franklin's a really good coach.
Well, he's a wizard. He had Vanderbilt winning games, so he's a wizard.
Yeah, exactly, right, exactly. and then to be honest, I don't know entirely what to make of Wisconsin this year either. Wisconsin has become so rhythmic that I almost don't pay attention to them. They are truly the nameless, faceless horde, right? Like you replace one guy with the next, and the exact same thing happens. They win that side of the division. They maybe lose the Big Ten championship with like 2 or 3 losses, and they play in a New Year's Six bowl. Rinse and repeat. It happens every single year.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Who do you like in Penn State, Wisconsin?
I like Wisconsin. That game's going to be in Camp Randall. Penn State lost their first 5 games, and they rolled off 4 in a row to finish the season, but it was against Michigan, Rutgers, Michigan State, and Illinois. So it's a team that lost to Nebraska last year, to kind of tell you how bad their year was from a year ago. And then they returned 14 players from that team, so they actually lose some. They lose Will Levis, the backup quarterback there, who kind of had a role. He obviously is not going to be the starter at Kentucky. A lot of people are expecting a lot of things from Wisconsin and Iowa. That's kind of the teams outside of Ohio State that you continue to hear about throughout this offseason. So I think Wisconsin takes care of Penn State there, having the home field advantage.
Damn. It'd be rough for Penn State. Penn State and Auburn, kind of funny how they're mirroring each other in their fall.
A game that when they scheduled that probably was like, okay, this could be a top 10 type matchup. And then potentially you're going to have just an absolute dud.
It'll still be fun because it'll be wide out and the scenario will be great, but it could potentially be an unranked matchup. Okay, so that's your 11 a.m. game. Then you move in to the 2:30 slot. I'm not choosing a 1 p.m. game because, it overlaps and it's just not that good. A few interesting ones here. Obviously, the big one is Alabama-Miami, but I don't think that's the actual play here.
Sorry to step on you there, but Fresno State at Oregon has a little intrigue at 1 o'clock. Fresno State, pretty good team. Let's see how Oregon bounces back. They're supposed to be a team that returns a lot of players, and they got some high expectations there. So Fresno State at Oregon could be a 3-quarter matchup, and then Oregon pulls away. That's the only thing.
Still the coach at Oregon right now?
Yes.
There you go.
Alabama-Miami.
Is that the best 2:30 game? Because I feel like
so.
I feel like it has the most intrigue. I doubt it's going to be the best game.
Exactly.
Indiana-Iowa feels like the play. West Virginia-Maryland does tease my heart a little bit because I love the Mountaineers, and those are 2 equivocal teams. That'll be fun. That's a fun slot. 2:30 is looking good.
I found out something I had no idea, and I feel like I know most of these random college football facts. Apparently, West Virginia-Maryland's like a big deal.
Because they're right up. Okay, reach.
You're our West Virginia expert on the show.
But I'm saying reach into your geographical brain.
Okay.
Geographically, don't they bump up next to one another? Am I wrong here? All I know is all of my West Virginia family that I married into.
I know Virginia
are
and Maryland,
also from Maryland. I don't know why or why that is the case exactly, but there's a ton of Maryland, West Virginia connections within the family.
I had no idea that they had this series that was like this rivalry that they really used to push back in the day, and they've played so many times, and we started talking about it yesterday.
I knew they had that with Marshall. I actually didn't know they had that with Maryland.
I had zero idea about it. So this is a game that a lot of people, like the old heads, right, they know this game to be a big rivalry game. So there's some intrigue there, but for me, it is Iowa and Indiana. You're talking about a team in Iowa that a lot of people think could be a top 10 football team. They were 6-2 a year ago.
Yeah.
They only returned 12 starters though, so it is pretty intriguing that a lot of people had them finishing where they do in the Big Ten when you only have 12 starters coming back. So
you think the Seahawks love 3 stars? Nobody loves 3 stars more than Iowa does.
Nobody. I agree with that.
And they do the best job of actually making them into something. So 2:30, Alabama-Miami is going to do. Well, I mean, they sent them to.
I feel like Wisconsin does.
Well, but no, there was some article that I read a few years ago, and it was just like in terms of sending 2 and 3 stars to the NFL and making teams. Iowa's a complete outlier how they do it.
I believe that then.
Alabama-Miami, the brand name, but Indiana-Iowa probably the most competitive game of that 2:30 slot. So then you're going to ease into that. We'll watch Brandon Walker's Mississippi State Bulldogs get their ass kicked by Louisiana State Bulldogs. That'll be very fun.
Louisiana Tech Bulldogs.
Excuse me, what did I say?
Louisiana State Bulldogs.
That's us. And then
it's me.
UL at Texas.
Look no further.
At 3:30. Technically, if I'm doing the strict viewing plan, does overlap. So it's on the back burner a little bit. But okay, would you watch Indiana, Iowa, or Louisiana, Texas?
Ooh,
because they're both gonna be on at the same time.
I love the way the Indiana it plays and coached, and it feels like Ted Lasso's their head coach with Tom Allen. I love that.
Yeah, that is true.
But I'm going to watch Louisiana Lafayette versus Texas.
Okay, UL versus Texas, dude. Who's gonna get it? I would love. It would be so sweet if UL went and beat Texas week 1. The 70 million or whatever.
10.5 point favorites.
It's gone down. It's like 8 now.
It's gone down.
It's gone down.
It's got bet down.
We'll see.
Hey, do you know Mario's got like a betting show?
Early line. How about it, Mario? Look at him. He's on top of the lines right now, dude.
That's when you.
Yeah, you got a promo. What do you all got coming up today on Early Line, Mario?
We're actually talking to David Cobb. He's a Pac-12 reporter for CBS Sports. We used to cover the NBA together. Known him for a really long time.
Okay.
He'll be live blogging the game Saturday night for CBS Sports. So we'll get a UCLA point of view kind of interview there, and we'll talk about week 1. A lot of fun games.
In the 6 o'clock slot, not much to write home about. The only Power 5 matchup looks like Oregon State and Purdue. I'm not guessing that's really going to do anything for you there, Jake. But then at 6:30, Georgia, Clemson, the big boy. And then an hour later, LSU, UCLA kicks on. How sweet it's going to be. Actually, a bit unfortunately for you, though. Because you're going to be calling the actual game.
Right.
You're not going to be able to watch Georgia Clemson.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to be able to watch any of it. I've got to be pretty locked in to make sure I don't miss anything. But I am a father of 4. Don't tell my wife this. Actually, she's not listening because she's in the air right now.
Okay.
I can multitask way better than I show her.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Full confession here. Full Usher. So, I might have it on the phone.
I wonder how many people get the Usher reference. I mean, I think a lot of our listeners are our age, so they probably do get it. But it's also like there's probably a lot of listeners that are too old to get that. And then, Danny, you probably never heard an Usher song in your life.
No, come on. Usher Raymond? Everybody knows Usher.
I definitely heard Usher.
Yeah. Look,
name an Usher song.
Full confession. Wait, no.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. I can't think off the top of my head.
But you're probably thinking of Let It Burn.
No, he's thinking of Confessions. He just said Full Confessions.
Well, no, he just said that because he heard you say that. He had no idea Confessions was an Usher song.
Nice and Slow?
Are you talking about Let It Burn when he does the dance move and the palm trees light on fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
So You Got It Bad?
And then you probably heard with Lil Jon.
My Way?
Yes.
And Usher. Yeah, I'm telling you, he doesn't know any of these songs.
Dude, all these are like certified
DJ
bangers.
Got Us Falling in Love?
So, not anymore.
I try. God, this is hurting my heart.
Usher.
I'm choked up. I tried to have a summertime segment where we played that song, Confessions, and we had to confess something like I just did. Something like I just said, hey, I can really multitask really well, but sometimes when the wife says, sorry, I was doing this. That would be a confession. And T-Bob's reply was, I'm a pretty open book.
Oh, well, I am a pretty, that is the thing, right? The things that I'm holding back are things that I cannot confess to. Like, I cannot have out there in the public eye. If I was maybe more reserved individual and didn't live my life so publicly and out there,
I mean,
confessions
I have
would
been so excited. I'm like, look, we're going to have this rejoin. It's going to be confessions. We're going to have some fun with it. T-Bob goes, I'm a pretty open book. And the stuff that I don't want to get out there is pretty wild.
Yeah, I can't. If I'll be fired and everybody will think way less of me if it gets out there.
Maybe you can be the host of Confessions.
Even though the entire basis of the bit, it was you and Dorian that did it right, and he did have an all-timer. He fist bumped the guy underneath the bathroom stall.
So this was something we do on College Sports Today. It was Brock Heward. Who, it was above the urinal, I think.
Wow.
It was above the urinal type.
You cannot fist bump people in the bathroom.
Well, he didn't do it. I mean, the guy stuck it out there. Like, what do? You know how it is. Like, sometimes you just react to it. Like, you see the fist out there.
If somebody gives me a fist, I'm not going to leave him hanging because I'm not rude, but just don't ever put somebody in that position. There are times okay, we're about to get an airplane. There are times when you enter a social contract with your fellow human beings. When you're on an airplane, everybody accepts, okay, look, nobody's going to rock the boat here, right? We're all going to sit here. We're going to peacefully coexist. And you can see, how much does the tension get ratcheted up when there's just one crazy person on the plane?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
everybody's on pins and needles.
Yeah.
It completely just upsets everything. Well,
You're always ready, like you got your fist balled up and you're like ready, like you're jolting everything
you're like
he
ready to
does.
like air marshal that guy.
Yeah.
like take him out, right?
Citizen's arrest.
Yeah, well, I might air marshal you if you try to fist bump me in a bathroom. Or no,
Okay.
I won't. I'll probably bump you back. But don't do that. Don't put me in that decision point of being rude or fist bumping you while I'm peeing. That's just so odd. It is
Did
a great
you say
bit,
Jason
though.
Momoa did that when you were in the bathroom?
No, me and Jason did pee next to each other.
What if he?
And I probably awkwardly stared at him because I was like, "Whoa, that's
he
Jason
would have
Momoa,
said,
dude."
"So T," and then you'd fist bumped him.
Bro, I'd have hugged him.
Yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
like, "My guy!"
Exactly.
Okay, so there's
Exactly.
an exception.
So this guy might have been a Brock
Yeah,
Huard fan. And
we live in a world of grays. Everything is not black and white here. There are exceptions to every rule, right? Most every rule. But yeah, so if Jason Momoa wanted to fist bump me, I absolutely would have fist bumped him. I would have done many things. With
maybe
Jason
this guy
in
was
that
a
bathroom.
Washington football fan, saw Brock Huard, like, "What's up, bruh?"
Yeah, maybe so, actually.
Yeah. No.
Like, that guy loves it. He's so happy he got to fist bump Brock Huard right
Yeah.
after he was going to the bathroom. So at 6:30, Georgia Clips. At 7:30, LSU UCLA. I'll have them both rolling probably in the press box. Hopefully, I get internet set up. But the weekend doesn't stop there, dude. Late Saturday night, BYU Arizona. Kind of good, huh?
If you're trying to soak up your losses from earlier in the day. Yeah,
Pac-12 after dark. Utah State, Washington State's kind of good.
Ronnie Rance will be watching BYU versus Arizona because he's trying to make up for his losses from whatever games before.
Yeah, is Ronnie a bad gambler?
Oh, he's awful. So many times I've been sitting at a TV with him, and he is just yelling at the Pac-12 after dark game, and we get done with CST, and I'm like, bad day.
Sunday, Notre Dame, Florida State, which is exciting from a brand name standpoint. And then the little Monday garnish, which is just absolutely fantastic. Louisville versus Ole Miss. Smart scheduling here by Ole Miss, right?
Absolutely.
You're a national darling coming into the year. Everybody loves Lane Kiffin. You're going to make a national statement against a team that you should be better than. Perfectly lined up. Monday at 7 p.m. for Louisville Ole Miss. So I can't wait, man. Football season officially starting today and tomorrow. And Saturday and Sunday and Monday, it's here. Let's go to break. When we get back, we'll talk a little more LSU UCLA, and then we got Chef Michael Johnson coming up at 9:30. He is already out in California. It looks like we're having some trough versus urinal debates. We can engage with that as well. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
OTB, OT.
Go to DonaldsonGlassandBody.com, DonaldsonGlassandBody.com. DGMB wants you to know that they are up and running. They are open for business. So if you have any car needs, which maybe you have some damage after the storm or something along those lines, cosmetic or more functional damage, DGMB Auto is the literal one-stop shop, okay? Now, if it is like any body work that needs to be done, cosmetic work, trust me when I say Donaldson Glass and Body is the number one body shop in the state, hands down. Your vehicle will come out of that place looking brand new. But even if it's just an oil change or a funny noise in the engine, like, you don't got to think twice. You just bring it in a Devo.
You're right, and they are open. They made sure they went and got some generators. They wanted to be able to serve you. So if you've got anything going on with your vehicle because of the storm or just in general, they are ready to fix it no matter what it is. Remember, they're your one-stop shop, like T said. Check them out online, dgbauto.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. Need repair? Our service department is ready and available to help you today. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at patientplusuc.com, you can sign up for your appointment on.
Don't miss a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. The rest of the station's going off to La La Land, but we're back in studio. It's a throwback Thursday. You will not want to miss it. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side says she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man, I'm thrown and I don't know what to do. I guess I gotta give you part 2 of my confessions. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. Damn, they cried when I got that phone call. I'm so thrown, I don't know what to do, but to give you part 2 of my confessions.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Confessions is fine. Actually, I don't know if I can say this anymore because of what we've gone on to find out about the artist. But
wait, who?
The Trapped in the Closet hip opera.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Usher. I'm like, hold on.
No.
Usher done something?
No. Confessions is fine.
Yeah,
but I mean, we all know what R. Kelly did.
Yeah, we know. And that, yeah, R. Kelly messed up a lot of really good songs are no longer playable.
I know. Danny, have you ever watched the full 30-minute hip opera Trapped in the Closet?
No, I have not.
It's probably worth a watch one day. If you want to be cool and act like you can tell all your other 22-year-old friends, like, oh, look at me, look how learned I am in older pop culture, which you know is what everybody wants to say. Usher, you maybe want to say. Okay, welcome back to Off the Bench. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, and Danny hanging out with you right now. We got Chef Michael Johnson coming up for Munchies here in about 10 minutes. Jake, I don't know. I'm looking for more angles to talk about LSU UCLA on, and I know we'll have plenty more because we're going to have to on tomorrow's show as well. But we'll be like boots on the ground to kind of feel it in the air a bit more. Is there anything with this game that we haven't touched on, or any angles or anything that excites you or you're going to be watching tomorrow that we haven't really talked about yet?
Wait, which game?
LSU UCLA.
No, I mean, come on.
What?
I mean, we've touched.
I know, dude. I know.
We've hit on.
I'm trying.
No, okay. So
I'm losing steam here at the end after that hellish
Let me give kind of my final thoughts on, and I know we'll talk
we prepare
about
to leave immediately for the airport after the show.
All of us are like booking it out of here because we all got to get on a plane by
Mario,
like
I'm
noon.
not even recording the tease for you.
Oh, hey, could you do the tease real quick?
No, you're going to have to do the tease
like
for the show
13 seconds after we get off air. Here's my final thing before, like, tomorrow's going to be like hyping it up. Hopefully we'll have a couple of people in there and we'll be really excited. But kind of final thoughts here in Baton Rouge. This UCLA team is one that you cannot take lightly. I think we all know that now. They have 19 returning starters. They're in year 4 with Chip Kelly. Year 4 is the magical year. They've got a quarterback that he's inconsistent, but they believe in him. They give him the keys to the offense. They have 2 NFL running backs and a really good offensive front. With all that being said, you have to impose your will on them. You have to know you're more talented than them up front. You have to know that you have got some dogs. You don't have just NFL talent up front. You've got some guys that are going to play a decade plus in the league, in my opinion.
Did you see that picture of Stingley and Ricks walking next to each other?
Yes.
Dude, they look big. I mean, they look big. They look ready to go. They're back at practice.
You have to go out there with a confidence that we are the alpha. You can't start like you did a year ago.
You can't get pushed around by a Pac-12 team.
No, and this
you
team,
cannot get pushed around by UCLA. If that happens, I will be so sad.
Even with 19 returning starters and a great offensive line, you cannot get pushed around by them. You have to know you're more talented. You have to have a confidence. Last year, they didn't look real interested in game 1. In fact, even with the loss, it's just like, oh, okay. No, it can't be that. You got to have piss and vinegar this trip. You got to go out there and you got to show them we're the SEC, we're dominant, we're LSU, we're back, here we are, especially on the defensive side of the football. You have to show the country. Like, we got Brandon Walker coming on here.
Yeah, talking about even if you improve 70 spots, you still have 50 and how garbage it even is. And he's not wrong, but, like, I mean, I said it earlier in the show, I'm way giving them the benefit of the doubt. I think this is going to be a massive, I think this is going to be a massive coming out party.
So I'm looking forward to Mason Smith, Jaquelin Roy. I'm looking at Andre Anthony. I'm looking at Ali Gay. I mean, Jaquelin Roy is someone that we saw last year, like the final 3-4 games, started to really flash. Okay, what can you do in year 2? Like, wow, Neil Farrell, I want to see you. What
we just had a mind meld on Jaquelin Roy because I was literally about to say the same thing because we've talked so much Mason Smith. And we've talked about all these other names, and despite Roy really turning on against Ole Miss and Florida, we haven't talked about him a ton. Not during camp, not now. So, yeah, looking for unexplored angles. It's funny. We both landed there at the exact same time.
So this is a defensive line that has the ability to be like the ones you played with, T-Bob, the ones I played with. I mean, I truly think you have that kind of talent. Yeah, you're right. Because even in 19 – you had some nice pieces, like Tyler Shelvin's a nice piece. Rashard Lawrence is a nice piece. Caleb Vaughn, like you had some really good pieces. But this one feels like it across the board's got Jimmy.
Well, and also, I mean, just the 3-4 in general is just such a different
it makes it a little bit different. Exactly
defensive
right.
line play.
It does because Caleb Vaughn's considered a linebacker, not a defensive end. So, you know, which group does he go in there? This one has got not only a 4 across the front that you feel good about, but it's also got backups you feel good about. Like B.J. Ojulari is somebody we hadn't talked a lot about.
No.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, he's really big.
Looks
He's
different.
added a lot of weight. He's added a lot of weight compared to last year, which is great.
So for me, look, no excuse. You got to go out there. You got to dominate. And I'm not talking about score. Like if you win by 10, I don't care. Like that, I'm not. You have to dominate on the film. You got to show me that you can go against their strength in an offensive line in a running game, and you can push around that offensive line and get those backs on the ground. Those backs last week broke a tackle on 82% of their runs. 82% of their runs, they broke a tackle. That cannot be the case anymore this week. You got to get them on the ground and get them on the ground the first time, right?
LSU was really bad at tackling last year.
Oh, they're awful.
And that's something that you can't necessarily.
Not really bad. They were awful.
Yeah, you can't really put that on Pulini fully. I mean, I guess you could somewhat, but as a player, that's kind of on you. Ammo Cat asked Jake what music you used to listen to before the game.
So I had a process of, it was Audio Slave, Shadow of the Sun with me and Brett Helms as we were on the bus down to Victory Hill. Victory Hill, I took.
Would y'all share the earpod?
We share, yeah. He didn't have a splitter. We shared the
one earpiece.
One earpiece.
Fellas.
Take them off because, as I've told y'all, like walking down Victory Hill, I wanted to be able to take it all in, hear the fans, and say hello to my family, that whole deal. And then I like to have, when I first got to the locker room, it was some variation of Beastie Boys And then once I came back in for that final thought, it was, I like to slow down with some Elvis. I like to get my zen. I like to slow down. It wasn't even like a fast song. If I Can Dream, I like to slow down, think about the process, and that was my my game day tradition.
I mean, I say, wow, I would actually, for a couple of years there, I was reading the Game of Thrones books, Song of Ice and Fire, and I'd actually read those, not like right before we went out there, but I would read them in the locker room before the game, kind of similar Zen sort of thing. But for me, it was always Led Zeppelin, dude. Battle for Evermore, When the Levee Breaks was the absolute banger right before it was fully time to go. I mean, obviously, like Immigrant Song is fantastic. That always, my old man always used to play that and talk about running down on kickoff. Not that he ever did it, just that it's a good running down on kickoff song, and I think I'm inclined to agree. So Zeppelin.
So I think we should go when we come back.
Explosions in the Sky
Slave.
is the post-game song.
We'll go Audio Slave, Shadow of the Sun, and then we're going to go some Led Zeppelin to finish it off here.
Have you ever had have you ever had an emotional explosion in the sky listening experience? That's the Friday Night Lights song.
Right? No, but I'd love to try one today.
Oh
Let's do
man,
it.
dude! After a big win, or even after a big loss, I remember like after I got done playing high school football, after I got done playing real football, after I got done it's always been that great kind of exhalation. I remember beating Georgia in Athens and looking out that plane window and listening to that song. It was great, dude.
There's a video on YouTube called "In Dreams, New Orleans Saints" with that song playing in the background.
Oh, wow.
If you're a Saints fan, you make it through that without getting emotional. Props.
Yeah,
really good.
I mean, that song it'll bring the tears out of you, no doubt about that. Then again, it doesn't take much for me with that. I was rewatching the final scene of Mandalorian season 2, and I was crying to myself alone on my couch 2 nights ago because I'm a loser. All right, when we get back, let's talk to Chef Michael Johnson, LSU Executive Chef. He's out there in California. He'll be waking up early with us. Get your Munchies questions in. We'll end with a little Munchies and then ask the bench. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
GEAUXroof.com, GoRoof.com. Obviously, roofing damage throughout the city, right? And I say this all the time. The bottom line with Go Roof is they're not out here trying to make a profit or anything. That's not number one on the goal sheet. Number one is to take care of the community's roofing needs. And that's what they are doing right now. So if you need, you want to know exactly where you stand, you want to get that free professional estimate that Go Roof offers, you call 927-8300, 927-8300, or go to GEAUXroof.com. They'll come out there for free, let you know where you stand. And then, look, maybe it's insurance. If not, they have monthly payment options. That works better. The bottom line is at Go Roof, again, all they care about is getting your roof taken care of. And so they will work with you to figure out however that is best possible. Take advantage of that free professional estimate right now by calling 927-8300 or go to GEAUXroof.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from eTel Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted.
Coming up on a Thursday edition of Early Line, we talked to CBS Sports Pac-12 reporter David Cobb to break down LSU versus UCLA and look forward to the year's first Thursday night slate of college football. Join us 2 p.m. 104.5 ESPN.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what up? Welcome back here on Off the Bench. We go out west to California, where our guy, LSU executive chef Michael Johnson, is already boots on the ground. Chef Johnson, what's up, man?
How are you guys?
How's that Cali weather, brah?
Oh, man, you know, I swapped out heat and humidity and no air conditioning for 70-degree weather and a bunch of people who can't drive worth a damn.
So what does it look like, Chef, before we get into our Munchies questions, what does it look like with the fellas, right? Getting the team fed at the hotel, and even this last week with Houston and everything, what has your role been in making sure that the culinary aspect of things are taken care of?
Well, so early in the week when the team was in Houston, I was actually with my kids in Baton Rouge, and so I flew in last night, get everything kind of settled in. We started meeting with the caterer in the hotel today. The team will fly in this afternoon and have dinner this evening. Their meal tonight is a comfortable one. It's like fried pork chops and comfortable food for them. And then Friday, we kind of go into game mode where there's a sequence of meetings and meals that is well planned out and methodical and the same, any city we go to.
So nutritionally, in the day before and the day of, what do those meals look like? Like from a nutritional aspect, what kind of benchmarks are y'all trying to hit?
Yeah, lean meats lean proteins that don't sit too heavy on the stomach. Lots of carbohydrates, fresh vegetables, and game day. It's pasta and meat sauce and stuff that isn't going to upset their stomach out there because. Nerves can run high and stress can run high. And so,
Can't have the BBGs.
Right,
Can't have the BBGs out there.
Yeah.
Can't do
exactly.
it.
That's the bubble guts, right?
Yeah.
Craig Granger, #Munchies. What would you put in your mustard greens besides hammock and bacon?
I like sweet onions in my mustard greens. Outside of pork, I don't know. That's kind of my go-to there. I have put shredded chicken in before. And I've also done like a veal stock, like a demi-glace in there that kind of enriches it with a little depth of flavor.
Chef, have you had a California burrito since you've been out to Cali?
Is that like a burrito? Like pho and
You got it's French fries in a burrito.
Oh no, I haven't. Nope. But we're set. We have some free time today, so we're going to get out and about and go.
Go find you a good burrito shop. Ask for a California burrito. You'll be really happy.
Ethan Guidry, #Munchies. How would you cook a Bruin? Is a Bruin a bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you cook bear meat, Chef? How would you cook human meat?
Whoa.
No, it's okay. You can stick with the bear meat. How would you cook a Bruin?
It's super gamey bear, and one thing you need to know about bear is you don't want to eat any of their kidneys or liver like that.
I would not have known that.
Yep.
Wait,
but
because of
slow
what?
and low, you kind of marinate it so that it tenderizes it. But slow and low is where I'd go.
What's the problem with eating predators' kidneys?
It just has a buildup, right? So they're eating other critters that have buildup from toxins and stuff in their bloodstream and their kidneys, and so it builds up in predators.
Are there any tasty kidneys out there?
Rabbits have good kidneys.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So my rabbit kidney bump.
Hey, remember how we were talking about not doing confessions because you're an open book? You're showing that.
Why? Because I asked how to cook a human? I'm a curious cat. I can't help it.
Yeah, and you're asking like kidney questions. Chef, what cuisine have you had since you've been out to Cal? I saw you wearing that awful-looking Dodgers hat last night. They beat my Braves.
You and Danny,
that
dude.
awful-looking Dodgers hat that you had on. So what was on the menu last night? Did you have a Dodger dog? What did we have?
Dodger dogs. Yeah, Dodger dogs. Yeah, we beer and hot dogs while we were at the baseball park.
Dodger dogs.
Oh, you actually
really
got to do
good.
the game. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, my buddy, he's the executive chef there, so we stopped in.
So he's the reason the Braves lost.
Big connect. Daniel Basham, #Munchies. Are there any food items you buy at the store instead of making yourself, i.e. pie crust, puff pastry, etc.?
Yeah, puff pastry. Like I don't bake a whole lot, so if I'm buying something from the store, it's going to be baked goods. Every once in a while, I'll buy tomato sauce just because I'm lazy. If I don't feel like cooking at the house, or an Alfredo sauce, because I don't really keep milk or cream at the house, so I'll buy jarred Alfredo sauce every once in a while.
#Munchies. Where is Chef taking the game in? And I'm going to come buy him a beer if he's out in the crowd. All right.
So I'm on the field during the game.
Oh, no beer.
Just outside the box.
No
Big
beer.
time, dude. #Munchies. What was the wait, this is a great. What was a darker time in U.S. culinary history? Gelatin dishes or TV dinners? Comes from Daniel.
Oh man, that's a tough run right there.
TV dinners had their place.
I've had good gelatin dishes, but TV dinners I grew up on as a childhood, so I have a little bit of emotional tie to. Yeah. Salisbury steak's always going to have a little place in my heart.
Oh my God, I know.
Thank you for that answer.
My
I appreciate that because
feed me those Salisbury steaks all the time.
Oh, the Nighthawks that had the steak and the tater tots in there. Sign me up.
Those microwave mashed potatoes.
Yes.
I think this might be a little bit behind y'all, but the little dinosaur nuggets. Y'all ever have those little dinosaur nugget
have.
TV dinner?
Yeah, my kids do.
Yeah, not us.
Okay, chill out, guys.
The kids' cuisine one that you had. No,
we're all on the same team here. That's right. That's what it was. Kids'
They
cuisine.
didn't have that technology when I was a kid.
If they did, you didn't want to eat it.
Mark Cumby wants to know, and I know Mark's a beast cook, as he sent us a delicious breakfast setup that he took a couple weeks ago. But he wants to know, what is the best tasting breakfast you've ever had?
I had a dang good breakfast on a cruise ship one time when I was on my honeymoon, and
that sounds so good.
And they buy everything fresh at port, and I introduced myself to the chef while I was there, and he took care of us.
Oh,
and every day that we were there, the breakfast on that ship was incredible.
That's a good call. That's a great call. Cruise ships have some underrated meals there. This one's a pretty good one. Ask Chef here, what's the best tailgate food in 100-degree plus weather? Because obviously, like when we start thinking about gumbos and different things, that sometimes in 100-degree weather, you're not looking forward to a hot meal.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm going to stuff that's room temperature and doesn't have to have heat or be cooked, to be honest with you. I don't tailgate too much because I'm usually at my brother's house and he's doing the cooking on game days. That's my day off, so...
Yeah,
I've never really even had, I'll be honest with you, so I was either playing at LSU or working covering the game.
Yeah.
I've never really had a true tailgate experience at LSU.
I had
not one
year
time.
when I had my non-compete when I switched over from New Orleans, and I can tell you it just is getting entirely too drunk and never making it to the actual game.
That's okay.
Like, every single time going home and just watching it on TV and drinking more beer. I mean, that bathroom, dude, it's hard to get around. Hashtag Munchies. We'll close here, Chef, and then we'll let you go because I know you woke up early with us. We love you very much.
No problem.
Best brisket technique, rub, time, temperature, etc.
So I, for brisket in particular, I only use like 16 mesh black pepper, kosher salt, rub it and rest it for 24 hours. So obviously I'm going to a smoke there. But when you rub it and rest it for 24 hours, it helps form the bark on the outside when it smokes. I like to use a mixture of pecan and hickory, two different densities of wood that have kind of a complexity of flavor. And I'll cook it at 189 degrees for about 18 hours.
Oof. Oh my God. Dude, I see that Turkish Salt Bay guy slapping the meat a lot of times. Do you ever spank them? Like, do you ever just give it a little slap?
I'm not stepping into that one.
I didn't even mean it like that. I really, it got there by accident. I did
No,
not
you know,
start there. Is there an actual culinary technique to slapping the meat?
Not that I can think of. I mean, what I will do is rest it so that before you put it on the grill, you rest it so it comes up to room temperature. So it's not going on the grill while it's cold.
There you go. Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef.
Yeah. Warm the hands up.
Friend to the stars. L.A. Dodgers executive chef's his boy. You know him. You love him. We love him here on OTB. Chef, thank you so much. Get the boys ready to kick ass tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Or
Take care,
Saturday.
guys.
All right, take it easy. Look at that. I didn't know if they were that. I thought that was an
Slap
actual
at me.
technique. Yeah. Spank was a poor choice of words.
Very bad.
That's
It was
on
a
me.
Very,
That's on me.
very bad choice of
Slap
words.
was the.
These
the
are his
better choice.
confessions. He just gives them to you every single day.
All right, let's close out the show next here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to Louisiana811.com. It is important that you know right now, because of the storm that we had, you're going to have some power lines and things are just going to be all over the place. They're not going to be where they normally are. And you need to make sure that if you are doing anything, if you're moving anything away from power lines, that is not the way to do it. You need to dial 811. They're going to come out and they are going to mark that situation so you know exactly what you can and can't do. It is very important not to try to mess with lines that are down right now, because even some buried lines that are normally underground, right, they could be up on the surface right now because of all the water that the city has taken on. So this is the law. This is something that you absolutely have to do. You can, as I mentioned, dial 811, call them and come out, but also Louisiana811.com. There you can submit a ticket as well. So you can click or you can call again. Dial 811 or check out Louisiana811.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Welcome back. We've missed you. We know it's been tough. Because rebuilding your business isn't for the faint of heart. Your business needs a jump start. And we're here to help. Introducing Surge, symmetrical speed fiber internet from eTel Business. Revved up data speeds at 30% off, plus 3 months free. We're glad you're back, and we're here to make your business surge.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in...
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. I'm wheels up to California, so I'll see you on Friday, but be sure to be here 3 to 6 for Thursday's AFR, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
With Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Wow. My guy Brian Wood, host of the Movies on the Brain podcast, great pod, just sent me a link to a new 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Plus Digital. That's big. Blu-ray Plus Digital Lord of the Rings 6-film Ultimate Collector's Edition. Out just in time for Christmas. It's only $250, boys.
Only.
And a Blu-ray 4K Ultra HD player is only $250 more.
Dude, you can get one for much cheaper.
I'm going to spend $500 just to watch these movies in slightly better quality.
You realize if you were smarter with your money, you'd have your gaming PC.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. What are you going to do, dude? What are you going to do?
You're going to save and get your gaming PC.
I am. I'm actually not going to buy
that
this.
you always talk about.
I am not above asking for Christmas for this, though.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm 36 years old, and I don't need Christmas gifts.
Yeah, but
I'd much rather give my children, my brothers, my sisters. I'd rather give the gifts. I'm like,
absolutely.
Are you too old for Christmas? I feel like I am.
No, and look, I'm not, and look, normally my gifts, it's like whatever. I like board games and stuff, right? So maybe it's like a $15 piece for like a game or something like that, right? And I love that. It's awesome. It's very filling and everything. This is like that, just on a way more expensive scale. I'm not talking about asking though my wife to buy. I'm talking about outsourcing to the family though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to pass the cost
my wife,
on.
It doesn't matter, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be weird. Like when my mom and my mother-in-law ask, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, you don't have to get
I
me.
agree. I normally, normally nowadays you just say,
unless it's a Lord of the Rings Blu-ray
just get the kids
edition.
Just get the kids. I mean, there are certain,
Yes.
what did I tell Danny? We live in a world of grays.
We do.
There
This
are
is not black and
exceptions to
white.
every rule.
You're exactly right.
No,
here.
I'm with you. Normally I'm like, just, let's just buy the kids. We're good. Or like.
Unless, you can see, Smeagol in higher definition than normal.
Yeah, I do love HDR. Okay, and it's in Ultra HD, so that color.
Your character's though Sam, right? Sam, that's your favorite.
Yes, Samwise Gamgee's the man.
Yeah,
the absolute man. All right now it is time for a little Ask. Yes, HBO does have Lord of the Rings Extended Edition, but it's not the high quality. It doesn't.
Yeah, we gotta see it. Chris.
Ask the Bench talk brought to you by Cole, Coors Light, Vizzy, Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. I don't think I see any questions.
I closed my computer. I got a bolt after this show.
Oh, wow.
I got a Christian Bale.
Is that a Chargers reference?
No, but it can be.
Ask the Bench, which linebacker making the biggest impact on Saturday? I'll go with 18. I'll go with Damone Clark.
I think Jared Small is going to surprise some people too.
Did I just Robert Durst that segment? What a funny way of saying killing that segment. Absolutely, dude.
Do y'all think LSU can get 200 rush yards total against UCLA? Is that possible?
No, they're going to throw
possible.
the ball.
I think they're going to throw the ball too much for that, though. I'm with Jake. Yeah, that's where my instincts go.
Even like you got to think like I think you're going to see some short, intermediate stuff that is basically a run.
You know what's funny? We're just assuming
right at the line of scrimmage. Different thing.
We're just kind of assuming that the offensive coordinators and the offense is going to be better and everything, but the offense was really good last year in a lot of ways.
They're completely undervalued.
Yeah, so I don't know.
What are they, 4th overall in the SEC?
Yeah, maybe
5th, maybe.
Oof, man, a lot of pressure on Pete and Mangus and D'Angelo and the whole crew. Ask the bench, get ready for that 5 a.m. show tomorrow. Yeah, look, it's really not that big of a deal for us, though, right? Because our
clock's still going to be the same.
Our circadian rhythms are still locked in. So
my dad is from a young age has told me you can sleep when you're dead. That is something that he lived by. Sleep is for the weak. Okay, we can get that later. We can't be in LA doing shows from Hollywood every single day. All right.
I'm inclined to agree. Normally, I'm a big time I can fake it till I make it without sleep. I'm not gonna lie. Before the show today, this is one of the least amount I've ever been up for a show in my entire life.
I walked in, it's like, what's up, T? I think it went.
It was crazy.
He didn't even say hello.
It was crazy. I've never felt. It was horrible, but we made it, dude. Shout out to the boys.
Here.
Shout out to the boys, dude. That's Vince. Would you take the short urinal and shorts and flip flops if it's the only one left? Yeah, you gotta do. You gotta do. You gotta pee.
Absolutely, man.
I ain't scared of a little pee on my shins.
I mean, everybody's got it. It happens.
It's your shins. Who cares?
Let's go. We're going to be
pee shins
in Hollywood tonight doing shows. It's here.
Not doing
Football Friday.
That's right.
We might make it to the 5 a.m. call. We might not. We'll see how tonight goes.
See you at the Lowe's Hotel. Wheels up, boys. Go Tigers.
OTB, OT.